Can you
hear it?
Can you hear it?
Are we live?
Recording? Are we allowed to swear? Can you hear us?
Are we live? Are we live? We should probably. I wonder if we switch to the Wi-Fi right now, if it would be all right.
Are we switch off the Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens.
Are you guys there? Can you? We have. It says here we have 0 viewers, John.
That's messed up.
Oh, they can hear us. Oh,
good.
It's weird. We're getting comments
Maybe the YouTube refresh that.
What, this?
No, the other one, the YouTube one. Maybe it just needs to catch up or something.
All right, cool.
But I'm glad that y'all are here. Shouts out. Let's see. Anissa and Ryan are
there we go.
here.
Oh, yeah, it's starting to work. Sorry about that, guys. I was like, what the hell? We're getting comments, but it says we have 0 people watching us.
Cedric Pelletier.
Oh, they're okay. Whoa. Everything's
Michael
coming in all at once. All right.
Peter Grindall, Jack Pauly, Mr. Diktovich, God of Rent. The rent is too damn high.
Yeah, it's true.
Della Yassine.
All right, guys, we're going to keep this one simple today. It's just going to be favorite comic book movies. All right, who's all in the chat? I already donated. Okay, well, my girlfriend said I already donated, baby. So basically, right now, my girlfriend she just got back from a Black Lives Matter protest. I just donated a few $100s to Black Lives Matter in honor of everything that's going on in the world right now.
I don't like my politics in my life.
Well, yeah,
I
don't like seeing it everywhere on social media.
I don't like we go, relevant things in my day to day.
But we're just gonna keep it fun today to get our minds off of things. But yeah, I would like to encourage people if you haven't donated or if you're considering doing it with everything going on after the George Floyd incident, to go ahead and donate. And I didn't want to encourage people unless I did it myself. So guys, go ahead and make sure to do that. But yeah, I figured today this is a topic that's been requested so many times, of just doing like something simple of favorite comic book movies, and I figured, why not? Let's just have some fun. It's been a heavy week for a lot of people. Like Carter's saying right now, riots are going on in his hometown. It got pretty crazy in downtown LA today. So we're here today to help you guys just slightly decompress for the next hour or so. Knowing our luck, we'll see what happens.
And by hour, we mean next 3 hours.
Yeah, no,
let's aim for a solid 90 minutes to 2 hours today.
But to help notify people about the stream, can you guys just make sure to hit that like button, because it helps people. It helps people get notified about it in their notification bells. It's kind of a weird algorithm system right now.
If we happen to check and it turns out that we have hit 300 likes,
yeah,
share another surprise.
But let's see what's in the comments right now for your favorite comic book movies. We got Batman 89. Of course, that's a classic one right there.
That movie, actually, I went once to an Indiana University special presentation with the guy who helped fight to get their first graphic novel course instated, and part of the huge dam breaking of that was that original Batman movie.
Oh,
and
wow.
I think they even helped get that made too. So yeah.
Hey, Jenna Randolph, thank you so much, my dear. Jenna Randolph. She says, yo, what's up? I love you guys. Work is going good. One of my favorite superhero movies are Avengers and the cartoon Justice League, as well as the Teen Titan ones.
Obvious.
I mean, those are obviously great picks right there. Avengers. Man, do you remember the first time you saw Avengers?
Oh, yeah.
It was like they fucking did it. All those complaints that happened with all those phase 1 setups just went right out the window and was worth it. We got here. Absolutely worth it.
Everyone's beef with Iron Man 2 was then alleviated.
Yeah, no, it really was, though. The cartoon Justice League movies are great. I mean, the Dark Apocalypse one I hear is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I've been hearing about it all week.
So if you guys have HBO and in the United States, you should get automatically up. Thank you, Jenna. I really appreciate that, dear. If you guys have HBO in the United States, you should get automatically, if you're subscribed directly to them through them. I don't know if I said that right.
Max at
yeah.
least.
you should be able to get HBO Max automatically. And the first thing I watched 2 movies this week on HBO Max, and this one was like, you know what, fuck it, let's make it our topic, because neither one of these are my favorite comic book movies, but I watched 2 comic book movies. The first one I watched was Lego Batman movie, and I saw that in the theaters, but honestly, I was a major pothead at the time, and I couldn't keep up with any of what was going on in the movie. And especially by the time it got to that finale, I was like, there's so much happening. This is so much chaos, and I have no idea what's happening. Okay. But I really loved it. Highly recommend watching it sober. I'm not one of those guys who's ever been able to be high and absorb an animation. I start getting really bad racing thoughts. But the other one I watched, I finally saw this movie. Not one of my favorites, for sure. Finally saw it for the first time. Can you guess it?
Is it going to be? I think I know it. Is it one of my favorites?
Nope.
It's not. Oh,
I don't even think you've seen it. It's Green Lantern. Yeah.
That's definitely not the one I know you watched recently. I was going to name.
I finally decided to watch Green Lantern. Wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. It was one of those movies where I'm like, with just some slight, if you cut out some stuff and you restructured certain things and you focused in a little better, this could have been a really cool film. But the execution overall is a big part of what let it down big time. That it just felt like is the one thing I hate with, like, because the movie fluctuates between so bad it's entertaining to annoyingly bad to boring bad.
Boring bad's the worst.
And boring, because it just starts feeling like plain and hollow and. But
you're just like waiting for scenes to wrap up.
But weirdly, what I'll say is Peter Sarsgaard is my actor who I irrationally hate. I just can't stand the guy for some reason. And I surprisingly walked away going, he wasn't that bad. As a matter of fact, he was probably the most entertaining part of the Green Lantern movie.
See, there's a silver lining yet to be found. Yeah. Also, who was that? Judas? I say, at least, unless you have a gripe, we can include manga. In fact, Rikio, the story of Ricky, has been described to me a number of times, so I would love to see the movie at some point. I actually have a friend, what's up, Rachel, if you're watching, who I used to work at Universal with, who was dying to see that manga and movie become a haunted maze or something like that. But it's a good call out.
Carter Lovejoy, thank you, Carter. So kind of you, dude. My favorite comic book movie of my favorite films of all time list is V for Vendetta. Yeah, I like that pick, and I wish, oh my God, Alan Moore. I wish Alan Moore would watch that movie, because I feel like he might actually enjoy that film,
or at least not hate it.
Actually, the one I really wish Alan Moore would check out is the Watchmen HBO series, because it's not following any of his work that he did. I mean, it's following in the footsteps of his work, but I really think it actually in a lot of ways captures the spirit and honor. I feel like he might be a little bit happy with that one. I don't know, he seems like a really hard guy to satisfy with so many of these things.
Yeah, I mean, I think he maybe has chilled out a little bit over the years, at least in terms of his vehemence against them, but he strikes me as one of those guys who's just not interested.
I saw Scott Pilgrim. We're seeing a lot of love for Scott Pilgrim versus the World in here, and I saw that recently. I enjoyed it. That was fun.
I do love the Scott Pilgrim myself.
The Rocketeer I've studied up on for Inner Geekdom fights, but I have not seen The Rocketeer yet. Let's see here. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite Spider-Man movie, if I'm being totally honest. And guys, if you're just jumping in, make sure to hit that like button. We're just getting warmed up right now. But yeah, I would say Spider-Man 2 is still my favorite one of the Spider-Man films. And then I would say Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
All right. Rizzo Gaming, Ryan Beatty.
Back with a vengeance.
Let's see here. And then I want to start talking after Ryan's. He has a few here. After his, I want to start talking about some more underrated comic book movies, or comic book movies that we might not even realize are comic book movies.
I just watched one.
Oh, yeah. I'm interested to hear what it is. Hey, guys. Thank you, Ryan Beatty. TDK, Guardians of the Galaxy, Kick Ass. Hey, you're a Matthew Vaughn fan. X-Men First Class, Logan, Deadpool 2, Iron Man, all 4 Avengers films, and Watchmen and Into the Spider-Verse, my top 10. Those are all solid picks right there. I mean, The Dark Knight, fucking monumental. Guardians of the Galaxy,
Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. He listed all 4 Avengers movies. I don't know if I can meet you on Watchmen, but I do prefer Deadpool 2 over Deadpool 1 and Iron Man Instant Classic, of course, and Into the Spider-Verse. We need more films like that.
I think Watchmen, I'll give you Watchmen in the sense that even if the movie doesn't completely get there, there is a lot to appreciate. And I just saw a pretty great Wisecrack video about that movie and its sort of approach as compared to the comic book that made me kind of appreciate it a little bit more, you know?
And of course, Scott Pilgrim, honorable mention. Yeah. Scott Pilgrim is a fascinating film. Thank you again for that, Ryan Beatty. It's a fascinating film because Scott Pilgrim did not make a lot of money, but it's become this like cult hit, and it's constantly brought up in the Inner Geekdom Schmodown match. So I was like, I feel like I need to watch this, you know?
Well, that was one of the rare ones where it didn't do very well, but Universal was still like, no, we're proud of this, you know, which is nice to see.
What I'd also add on to that is Spawn. Spawn was not well received by critics, did not make a lot of money at the theaters, but Spawn is that a lot of people have really championed for that film. And Blade Trinity, there's a lot of people talking about Blade in here, and Blade Trinity is so underrated. Hannibal King, Ryan Reynolds, that's where Deadpool was really born. I'm of course joking, guys. Don't take me seriously on that.
No.
Craig, lastly, hey man, this is the first time I think I've ever seen you in our super chats or in our live streams before. Thanks for being here, dude.
It's a sexy photograph.
Which one did he list, John?
He listed Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which I mean, it's totally hard to argue with. That's a terrific motion picture. And in a time where there's so many superhero flicks, I feel like that was one that really gave us like a breath of discovery again and sort of like fresh air in terms of like, wow, the possibilities.
Oh yeah, of course.
So yeah, that's a wonderful film. It's a good choice.
Hellboy is I actually prefer Hellboy 2 over Hellboy 1.
Yeah, and this may for me just be because I've seen Hellboy 2 more times, but I generally gravitate towards the second film. Yeah,
one of my
especially because like there's that Seth MacFarlane character that like you know,
I should remember his name.
He's one of the few Seth MacFarlane roles where I'm like, you just really disappeared into this movie.
Well,
that's rad.
My one of my favorite movies of all time is actually a graphic novel that I really want to read, which is Road to Perdition.
I just watched Road to Perdition.
The first time?
No. But again, like it was the first time in a while.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's a great,
fucking beautiful.
Like such respect for everybody involved because that movie is so you wouldn't guess it's a graphic novel, but then when you hear it, you can start to piece it back together. And I would love to see what it actually looks and reads like because it's such a poetic and such a. There's so much life in that movie, you know. I can't say enough good things about it.
Ellen into the Ellenverse. Jenna Randolph back in here. Thanks, Jenna. I own a good bit of cartoon Justice Leagues. I got Justice League Dark. I didn't realize. I mean, Jenna, we've gotten to know each other pretty well. I didn't realize you were into all these. I know you're really into anime, but I had no idea you were into all these other like animated comic book movies.
The geek stuff.
What the fuck, Jenna?
Yes.
What the fuck, Jenna?
I thought we knew each other.
War. Flashpoint Paradox. Flashpoint Paradox. Oh, if you haven't seen that, yes, do it. Actually went running today and I wore my Flash shirt. And then everyone kept outrunning me. Titans, the Judas Contract, and Teen Titans versus Justice League. Have you seen them? I've seen 2 of these. But Flashpoint Paradox is easily my favorite one that you listed here. I got to watch the other ones. It's the other thing that disappointed me with HBO Max. They have this DC section on HBO Max. And there's like 5 movies on there.
Yeah, you showed
and the
me
other
this
5, and there's like 10, but then 5 of them are good, and the other 5 are like Batman and Robin and Green Lantern.
The ones where you're like, of course you got the rights to these.
Like, what a bunch of bullshit. But no, these are all great recommendations, and I think most of them are on the DC Universe app, which I do own actually.
Hey. So wait, does the DC Universe app have more than the DC?
Oh yeah. No. if you want, don't get HBO Max with the DC shit. If you're gonna get HBO Max, you know, like,
get it for Doctor Who.
Get it for Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Fresh Prince,
Friends,
the new Looney Tunes.
Shouts out to Batman Under the Red Hood. That's being shouted out in the chat right now. Absolutely. The comic book movie I grew up on the most was actually, and said in the chat, just mentioned it, was The Crow. I watched that way too many times as a young lad, and it is that is an incredible film. And honestly, you know what? I think Crow City of Angels is an all right film. I'm just gonna say it.
The entire franchise.
I think Crow City of Angels got terrible feedback from audiences and critics alike, and I think it's all right. I don't mind it. Okay. Yeah,
that's one of the stupid things I want to do someday is like go and watch all the Crows or all the From Dusks Till Dawns.
Verdugo Silver, thank you so much, Verdugo Silver.
Dude, Verdugo.
Here to you.
To you go, Verdugo, which is a street near us. Snowpiercer is easily one of my favorite movies of the decade. Also, Superman 4 for some good laughs. He literally rebuilds the Great Wall of China with his eyes.
Yo, the Nuclear Man fight versus Superman is the most underrated thing in the world. And actually, I'll give you thank you, Verdugo Silver, for your contribution here. And another fun fact I'll give you is John Cryer, who plays Lenny Luthor in Superman 4. He said that he really wanted to sign on to play Lex Luthor in the DC universe shows, the Arrowverse shows, like Supergirl mainly, because he saw it as a chance of redemption for what Superman 4 actually turned out being. So we probably wouldn't have a pretty, I mean, it's all subjective, but a pretty decent, Lex Luthor on the Arrowverse shows if it wasn't for Superman 4. So hell yeah. And I hate to admit it, I'm guilty. Have not fucking seen Snowpiercer yet. I'm sorry.
That's
I forget that's a comic book based.
I know, I did too. Yeah.
Like Edge of Tomorrow. I forget that's based on a comic book too. But thank you, buddy. It's a really great comment right there.
Yeah. It's funny. I'll never forget the first time I saw Superman 3. I was at the old Jump Cut Cafe, and we got to watch it on 16 millimeters. So all that prior goodness.
Oh yes, thank you, Ryan Beatty, and both Hellboy films and V for Vendetta. Those are solid picks, man. Hellboy 1 and 2, Hellboy 3. I mean, I feel like that's a chance with the way petitions are going and how they're influencing. I mean, just recently I heard even with The Simpsons on Disney Plus, they reformatted it back to its original 4:3 format that people were mad about when they stretched it out, and that was from fan outcrying, and then Sonic, and then of course the Snyder cut. They should petition to get Hellboy 3 done, like a proper Hellboy 3.
It might be a Guillermo del Toro project that makes a lot of money.
Might be the first.
It's first, like he's always doing stuff. It's like, oh, this is beautiful. It's got a great idea.
Yeah. Not
really breaking in the dough though.
I mean, Yellow Flash in the chat is saying TMNT is a 1990 comic book movie. Well, all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are all comic book movies, technically speaking.
Your favorite.
Ethan Holgate, what's up, buddy?
Ooh.
Let's see here. Thank you, Ethan Holgate. Absolutely love Lionsgate's animated Marvel movies. Those don't get enough love. The Marvel animated films, everyone talks about the DC anime, but then again, everyone talks about MCU. But the DC animated movies Marvel animated movies do not get enough love. Next Avengers, Heroes of Tomorrow, Hulk versus Wolverine, which is ironically my dream comic book movie to have Del Toro direct a Hulk versus Wolverine movie. Also Unbreakable and Spider-Man 2. You know what? I would say Unbreakable does count as a comic book movie in a way.
Because it's in the same way Scott Pilgrim I would count as an asterisk video game movie. I would also count Unbreakable, because it's so inspired by and indebted to and about comics and superheroes that
Anissa's in the chat. We got Michael B in the chat.
P. Dylan MN Pereira. Hell yeah.
There's a lot of people in the chat saying Sin City right now.
I was about to say, where is the love for arguably my favorite comic book movie, which was actually also just one of my favorite memories of us as young people going to the movies.
Oh yeah, we bought tickets for something else and we snuck in to go watch.
2.
Is that what it was?
Yes, we did.
Don't worry, I eventually watched Miss Congeniality 2. Not as good as Miss Congeniality 1, but yeah, Sin City. Sin City's the perfect movie to watch with the lights off, because once you turn the lights on when that movie's done, the color in real life really stands out. I wish A Dame to Kill For was just as good as the first one, but
yeah.
Release the Snyder Cut. Thank you, Michael B.
Cut. Of what?
Oh fuck! I just read #release and I just assumed it was Snyder Cut.
It's imprinted into your brain. Yes, all of our original cuts of the videos need to be released.
Yeah.
None of the videos you've seen are our original cut.
You know, with the Snyder Cut, it's supposed to cost probably more than $50 million. Apparently,
I'm not at all surprised.
And the reported budget was like 30 initially speaking.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Michael B, for that.
It's gonna cost stupid money.
Constantine is very underrated. Absolutely.
You know, that's one of those movies that I missed that I actually do want to catch up with in the superhero realm. Like, I feel like that might be one I would enjoy for its own merit.
Ryan Beatty back at it. Man of Steel, my favorite Superman movie. Q Flight. You know, wow. Man of Steel has been getting so much love again lately, and I'm so happy for it. I just don't think you can argue. I think the finale goes on a little too long. I'll admit that. But that first fight with Feyora Ui and I forget the other guy's name, but the one in Smallville in the town center, that first fight is my favorite fight out of the whole film, more than the Zod and big Metropolis fight scene. That when the restaurants are getting destroyed and shit, that Man of Steel fight is incredible. I love like the little details of when they're like Superman's trying to fly away and they keep pulling him back down. That's my favorite parts of that fight.
Yeah, and I mean, I really like. It's weird. I'm with you. I feel like that is like an underrated DCEU film. I love the first half. Like, I feel like, yeah, the finale is just the second half of the movie where that fight goes on for a century. But I really like that take, as much as people don't, and as much as I don't love what it led to. Like, I think Man of Steel is underrated in some ways.
It's getting a lot of praise. It's gonna this resurgence of praise for Man of Steel is gonna lead to the proper Man of Steel 3.
Yellow Flash. It's funny. The Losers is a movie I haven't seen, but lately in the past 2 weeks, I have heard a lot of people claim that is an underrated superhero.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. It's really cool.
Jeffrey
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Chris Evans, Zoe Saldana.
Hey,
it's a movie.
Chris Evans, man, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, Nancy back in the super chat. Thank you. Can't pick between Days of Futures Past or Winter Soldier. They're both so good. I would say Winter Soldier.
I probably, as much as I want to just play devil's advocate and go Days of Future Past, I feel like Winter Soldier might still edge it. Yeah, it's such a solid like espionage flick.
I mean, obviously, I think there's more fun to be had with Days of Future Past. I mean, there was a time where I would have said Days of Future Past first, but I'm trying to pander to the MCU audience now.
Trying to get that Marvel paycheck.
Guys, if you're just tuning in, make sure to hit that like button, please. But Nancy, because I watched, funny enough, when I first saw Winter Soldier, I thought it was really cool. When I rewatched it, I loved it. Days of Future Past, I loved. And I really wanted to show my girlfriend Logan, but I was like, you got to watch Days of Future Past first. That's also really great. Yeah. And then I showed her Days of Future Past. And for some reason, I just didn't like it as much as I remembered loving it. Like that Quicksilver scene is still great. There's still some great sequences. But for me, this is an easy one. Right now, Winter Soldier would be my pick.
I almost wonder if Days of Future Past loses a little something because like there was a meta-ness to the fact that the very setup of the movie was also to like fix a bunch of bad continuity.
Yeah.
So I wonder, if just like once that sheen is broken, if the movie is as solid just on its own.
I mean, a lot of love for Logan right now in the chat. Hey, Hillary B, welcome to the chat here. Have not seen the road cut of Days of Future Past. Unfortunately, not yet.
Captain Ellen's Civil War, though.
Damn, look at my man's mohawk here. You got a you got a goddamn Thanos follower name. Kaltor Torax.
You're gonna have a special weapon.
Got a Black Order name, dude.
Exactly. Captain America.
Thank you for your super chat. Captain America, the First Avenger. This is a Joe Johnston flick that John and I disagree on. I'm not a fan of that movie. I actually like the first half before he gets the super soldier serum and gets hunted down by Heinz Kruger. I like, which I think Richard Armitage played him. Heinz.
Oh my god.
Thorin, the leader of the Hobbits.
Breakout.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh man.
Anywho,
I think you're probably right. Yeah.
So anyway, you like that movie though. You really like First Avenger, and I just can't get on board with like the last half of it.
It's one of those movies that it's weird when people tell me that they think it's like not one of the strongest or they think it's all right. Like I actually don't disagree. I don't necessarily think it is the strongest or even the strongest of the phase one, but there is something about that movie and its construction and just the style of it that I get really attached to for whatever reason. So yeah, I do appreciate that movie a lot, even if I will concede that there are far better qualitative MCU joints. Yeah.
You know what my problem with that movie is? It's kind of my problem that I have with Public Enemies.
Setting it during World War II.
Yeah. Not a fan of World War II, but World War One, man, we don't get enough of those. That's why Wonder Woman's a better one.
1917 Captain America cut.
No, it's more of the fact of like it's one of my things that I'm just not a fan of, but the way it's shot with its like HD cameras and like you could really you
want to feel like it's on film.
Yeah. Whereas like Public Enemies had that problem for me where I was like, I'm so aware this is not like it's shot on HD camera.
Video cameras didn't exist back then. The movement is all off.
But I love how Cedric in the chat's trying to get the Ellen chat.
The Ellen's coming back.
Ellen chant's back in here.
I was gonna say I've seen a couple people shout out Mask of the Phantasm. I thought that would get a deluge.
Dude, Mask of the Phantasm
it's like a classic in terms of like animated comic.
I have a dream. I have a dream Batman not anthology, but Batman series I want to make where he basically starts off as a younger Bruce Wayne that arcs into old man Bruce Wayne, kind of like Dark Knight.
Kind of like how aging works.
Kind of like how aging generally works. And I wanted my first one to be inspired from Mask of the Phantasm, where you get the Andrea Beaumont character. Yeah. Their Rise of the Phantasm is what I would call it. And yeah, I don't want to say much more, but it would be cool.
I have a weird question. Are there any other comic book series that have like Batman seems special to me because you have Harley Quinn who rose out of the cartoons, and then you have Phantasm who was created for that movie, and that's a well-beloved movie. Is there any other like comic book or character who has had characters introduced in other media that are as well accepted as those and as well respected as those?
You guys in the chat tell them, because I can't think of one right now.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just curiosity, because like I mad respect. Like every time I'm reminded of the fact that Phantasm isn't just a classic Batman villain, I'm like, oh yeah.
Remix 360 plays. Thank you, buddy. Love your thumbnail. My favorite anime to watch is Sword Art Online, Haikyuu, and My Hero Academia. Well, we'll meet you on My Hero Academia, buddy.
I've heard of Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
and the title alone is perplexing to me.
And speaking of which, and thank you for your super chat, dude. I'm going to use your super chat as a chance to say, like, I haven't covered the Attack on Titan season 4 trailer because so much of our anime reaction based videos have gotten completely blocked, and we've gotten copyright strikes from them. So it's kind of like scary territory for us to step into. So we don't want to get the channel shut down over some dumb shit. And everyone knows how fucking bizarre YouTube can be. So yeah, that's why. But thank you, dude, for mentioning that to us.
Yes, Cedric. Release the Ayer cut. That's what I want.
Well, I want the Ayer cut.
I do. The Ayer cut more than this. I mean, I'm excited for the event this Ayer cut is, but I want to see that Ayer cut.
I mean, this might just sound like me trying to sound cool, but my favorite MCU character is actually Charlie Cox's Matt Murdock Daredevil portrayal. That's a great choice. That's my personal favorite MCU character, so I'm really hoping they keep him around. Niraj Krishnan, thank you, dude. Superman, the Red Sun, Shazam, Winter Soldier, Spider-Man Homecoming, Wonder Woman. It seems like what I love about yours is that it's including both DC and Marvel, showing that we don't have to always be at war. I feel like Shazam probably would have gotten a lot more love if it didn't come out like a week before Endgame, you know?
Yeah, that's an unfortunate timing thing. Or maybe if Marvel made it.
No, would have. They did. They made Captain Marvel a month before.
Right,
yeah.
Oh boy, Captain Marvel's my favorite comic book movie.
I'll still say, man, when I watch Wonder Woman, whenever I get to that No Man's Land scene, constant tears. I just cannot fucking help it every single goddamn time.
It's emotional.
What else have we seen in the chat? Yeah, I heard. Speaking of Michael B, you should watch Campia's video. He released an essay on Man of Steel earlier this week, and I've been meaning to listen to it.
It's all about how there's no Snyder cut.
It's all about how Henry Cavill actually worked out for the role.
yeah. Robert Pattinson's just spitting in the faces of all the fans.
Eric Horseman, our buddy with the Real Rejects tattoo. Thank you so much for your major fucking super chat, dude. Wonder Woman and Galaxy Quest. Now cheer me the F up, please.
Is Galaxy Quest a comic?
No, it's not. But it's based in the Comic-Con world and all that. It's inspired by the Trekkie fan base and everything like that. Yeah. There's a great video about Galaxy Quest, a documentary on the Fandom Entertainment channel you guys should go check out.
That my friend directed.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had I literally didn't realize until later that they were the same project. Because he was like, oh, I'm working on a documentary about Galaxy Quest.
Guys, if you don't know, you might have heard us mention before, it's a real Rejects tattoo. REAL Rejects tattoo.
In that order.
Only human being to ever get it. Only human being who ever will get it. Eric Horseman.
Let's make sure that
I got last week when we did a live stream, he mentioned that he was actually going to get he got a COVID-19 test and he was waiting for the results.
I thought you were going to say COVID-19 tattoo.
He was trying to get a COVID-19 tattoo, represent the year, you know.
So brush across your nuts right there.
But he actually got his test results back. And he does not have it.
Hey!
So that is something to feel better about, dude.
Glad.
And Wonder Woman 1984, I'm sure will rock. So with that in mind, you should feel better. Thank you, Eric, for showing your support, buddy.
I hope your brain feels okay.
Let's see.
I've heard those tests are unpleasant.
Let me ask you guys in the chat, would you count The Incredibles as a comic book movie? It's based on superheroes, obviously inspired by characters who are already in comic book medium, but would you call Incredibles a comic book movie?
I think that would be an interesting little mini film festival, is honorary comic book movies that like technically aren't, but still occupy that same spiritual realm.
You know, I would say a Kick-Ass is a great there's a lot of people in the chat right now who are mentioning Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass is a great comic book movie. I'm very curious to revisit Kick-Ass 2. Because I don't recall really liking it when I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
However, I keep wondering, maybe on a second viewing, I might like it more. I mean, it didn't help that Jim Carrey himself was going out there and not supporting the movie. And he plays Colonel Stars and Stripes in the movies. And he does not support that movie because of I think it was the Sandy shootings that were happening at the time.
Hook, yeah.
And so, but still, I keep wondering, like, what if actually that movie's, because there's always a lot of love, like in this chat, there's been a lot of love for Kick-Ass, but no one ever mentions Kick-Ass 2, you know?
Yeah, and it's weird because there are, as much as I, again, didn't love that movie, there are parts of it, and funny enough, Jim Carrey is one of them, that do really stick out and stay in my mind. So yeah, I would be curious, as much as I remember, like, actually disliking that movie.
You know, it seems like a lot more people in the chat love Superman 3 more than I realized.
Richard Pryor, boy.
Michael B, thank you, buddy.
Miguel.
Man of Steel is the best Dragon Ball movie. That is the best. You know, that final.
Hey, all right. Justin Chatwin deserves more respect.
Justin Chatwin and Chow Yun Fat worked their asses.
Yeah. Okay. The Rise of Goku is a masterpiece.
What, you know, that final fight between Zod and Superman in Metropolis, to me, that is the better version of what the fight should have been in Matrix Revolutions with Agent Smith and Neo,
or BVS.
Because when I watched that fight scene, that's what I kept flashing to, and I kept going, man, this seems like what the Wachowskis were trying to go for in the Matrix Revolutions.
Yeah,
and I love like that. That fine. What's weird is I can't really appreciate that whole finale of Man of Steel in one sitting, because it's just such a, once it starts off where, I mean, I fucking love that moment though, when Superman after Martha Kent is threatened and he's like just going through the field and punching Zod.
Yeah.
Like, I love that scene. I feel the emotion there.
Yeah.
But I can't honestly say that I can always fully appreciate the entire finale, because it goes on for such a long time. But when you break it up into segments, it's pretty fucking great.
Like every episodes, kind of like Tarantino's Hateful Eight.
Yeah, I don't know, in some ways, yeah. You know, it's another great graphic novel adaptation that I didn't really love until the second time I watched it. David Cronenberg's History of Violence. Ooh. And I read, to me, that is a great way to adapt a graphic novel. If you haven't read the comic and then watch the movie, you'll see there's a lot of differences. There's similarities, obviously, but there's a lot of differences in terms of it would be smart in the execution of this to cut out these scenes. That way, what we're focusing on feels more mysterious. And History of Violence is another that one deserves a lot more respect. I don't think a lot of people realize it's actually a graphic novel movie.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the movie. I need to.
It's pretty good, man.
I know.
Fucking
I think I'm gonna
Maria Bello and Viggo Mortensen have crazy ass sex scenes in that movie.
Hey,
sexual encounters. Sex. Let's all face it. The best comic book movie is the Snyder Cut.
Definitely, it's already written in stone. Oh goodness, I saw. Oh, who was that? Somebody called out a comic book movie. I had 300. I'm surprised we haven't spoken at all about 300 yet. Which I don't know if anyone else has had the experience, but recently I tried to rewatch 300 on DVD.
Couldn't do it,
and 3/4 of the way through, it like froze the DVD player. So I tried it in another DVD player, froze that player, grabbed a different copy of the disc. And it froze the DVD player too. So I think something about the original DVD pressing of 300 is meant to destroy your machinery. So the 2/3 though that I got to see were still pretty epic.
Yeah, 300 Rise of an Empire was monumental in my life.
Yeah, it was.
I got hit up by Pearl Weibel, who used to represent
watching today.
Hannah Hart on YouTube, and the channel was like just a few thousand subscribers at the time. And I got to go to the red carpet premiere of 300 Rise of an Empire. Wanted me to vlog it. Apparently, opened up the door for
Legendary
Pictures
digital
to
division,
work. Yeah, to work with YouTube. I didn't know that, so they took the chance on a small YouTuber, which was me at the time. Yeah,
that's really cool. Like that's that. I still vividly remember
and
that.
Never been invited back.
Yeah.
Okay, what else is it, guys? You know, I've seen some people in the chat right now, like Malchus Spider, mentioning Jonah Hex. I keep wanting to watch Jonah Hex.
I want to watch Jonah Hex.
It's on HBO Max. I keep wanting to watch it. Is it worth watching? Because I really feel like that could be a great I've seen like the motion comics episodes, and I think that could be a wonderful, wonderful R-rated Western film in the comic book sphere.
Yeah.
But I keep really wanting to check out the supposedly god-awful Josh Brolin, Megan Fox led Jonah Hex. I'm very curious to check that one out.
I am too, partly because I don't think a lot of the music made it in, but one of my favorite metal bands, Mastodon, did part of this. Yeah, they did the score and then eventually like collaborated on what became the like used score with Marco Beltrami. So but yeah, Jonah Hex always feels, in the glimpses I've caught of the comic and the movie, I'm like, this seems like one of those that could make a terrific movie but very easily make a really bad movie.
Eric Horseman, you asked if that a comic book movie. He's saying thank you for your super chat, dude. Galaxy Quest does have a comic, so yeah. That's a little bit of both right there.
I didn't know. I gotta read it now.
We thank you for your super chat. Now we know a fun fact, Eric Horseman.
That was a fun fact. I feel so enlightened and also joyous.
In all seriousness, Eric, I love the fuck out of you, and you know that, dude. I love the hell out of you, man.
I love the shit and damn out of you.
I haven't seen Chronicle yet, and I feel like right now is the perfect time to go show support to that screen to Max Landis,
Josh Trank,
Max Landis, and Josh Trank.
Woo!
Right now is the perfect time.
Oh, I thought you'd seen Chronicle.
I haven't seen Chronicle. No, not yet.
We should watch it together if we weren't in here together all week.
Joshua Riddle, thank you so much, dude. Here's a photo of him going to prom with his mother. No, I'm sure that's a love.
Tom Riddle.
Blade, Spider-Man 2, Infinity War, and I'm sorry I haven't talked about Infinity War at all.
Infinity War at overpowered by Endgame now.
I mean, there's a lot of people who wait. I mean, what do you got in the chat? Do you guys prefer Infinity War over Endgame? Because I see a lot of people who say that. I definitely prefer Endgame over Infinity War. Blade, though, I really hope, like, the MCU sometimes does, if someone played them formerly, they will put them as a cameo in their MCU rendition. They definitely did that with the Hulk. But I really hope that for the Mahershala Ali Blade film, that we do get a Wesley Snipes cameo. I just keep wondering if it's going to be like too distracting because it's fucking like a lot of times with these cameos, you don't realize like it's like Lou Ferrigno or something. You don't realize that, oh, that was the former person.
Yeah.
I feel like with Wesley Snipes, everyone's gonna be like, it's fucking Wesley Snipes, you know?
Yeah, unless they make him some kind of character and hide him a little bit. But
Yeah.
you know, it depends. Yeah, you don't want him to be unrecognizable, obviously. Speaking of not a comic book movie, but last night I rewatched Tu Wong Fu, which has a great drag performance from Wesley Snipes as well as Swayze and John Leguizamo.
Well, that's fun to hear.
Yeah.
Let's see here. God, there's you know what a lot of people forget is a comic book movie is the Men in Black franchise.
Yeah.
I've never
the first one's great.
I've never even seen a panel on like online of what what the comic looks like. But I've
seen the cartoon.
But now I'm very curious to go look up whether or not what the differences are.
Yeah. What if you go and watch it and you're like, or look up, you know, some panels and you're like, this doesn't look anything like the movie.
I mean, 99% of the time when you look up those differences, especially with those earlier comic book movies, you find out they were way more edgy than before. Like Spawn, surprisingly, I forgot this. Spawn director's cut was the first director's cut film I'd ever seen, probably outside of Terminator 2 Special Edition. Because Spawn is totally an R-rated source material, but they had to tone down the violence to get a PG-13 rating. But the director's cut is a case of like that's better, you know, because you get to be like R-rated.
What is this Mother Russia? Is this a comic
What's Mother
book
Russia,
I don't know
guys?
about? Yeah, a few people mentioned it.
Dude, we get to see Chase Gardner's face.
Chase Gardner.
Chase Gardner is constantly in our Patreon, and he's been a long time patron supporter.
Annoying. Stop
supporting us on Patreon.
No, thank you so much.
And it's the first time seeing your face. Comic book movie, Logan, favorite TV show, Arrow. Fuck yeah, man. I love both of your. I've seen out of all the DC shows live action, Arrow is the only one I've seen all the episodes of. Yeah. Love me some Stephen Amell. He's the kind of guy I wish I could be. And Logan is perhaps, there's a very strong argument to be made that Logan is the best of them all. Like the best of them all. I mean, it definitely
crosses into a different caliber of film to me anyway.
Oh God,
you know,
so fucking good. Logan is like, even to this day,
well, it's so many things.
It's not like aged poorly or anything.
Yeah,
like, it's still so fucking good.
It's a satisfying and cathartic drama, Western, comic book movie, all of the above, you know, and every element of that is served, you know.
But Arrow, I wasn't a fan of the last episode. I'm not gonna lie, and I've had Michael B, who's been in our super chat and our Patreon. He was actually, we've gone back and forth on this in the DC crossover Crisis on Infinite Earth of how Oliver Queen, spoilers, John. I know you're planning on watching all 8 seasons of Arrow.
As long as it's not the season finale of Black Lightning, season 1, it's okay.
The way Oliver, and I'm gonna not spoil anything, the way Oliver Queen's conclusion goes in Crisis on Infinite Earths, the final episode, wasn't a fan of what they did with Oliver Queen. I thought it was very cheesy, honestly. Some people really love it, and I just didn't. But hey,
does he go live as a lumberjack?
Yeah, he lives as a lumberjack. He leaves his kid behind.
And it's purgatory.
And then it cuts to black.
Yeah, it cuts to black before you know what happened to him.
It's every disappointing series finale you've ever seen. Yeah.
And this was also He Could Ask to Date Your Aunt.
Let's see here.
This is Cake Town. Oh, I haven't seen that goofy trailer in so long. The 300 trailer parody. But thank you for bringing that up. Who's ever did that?
Oh my God, dude. Agoraphobic fanboy. I love your hair, by the way.
I adore your whole face.
Thank you for this comment. I really appreciate this, dude. Thank you for this. Yes, your hair does look like Paul from Tekken. Dye it blonde.
This is an opportunity.
The animated TMNT sequel everyone forgets is sort of underrated. I completely agree with you. It was panned by critics. I saw it in the theaters. I thought it was a badass ninja film. And I love the action in it. I honestly don't remember like the story or what really happens in terms of plot, but I really remember a lot of the action. And yeah, I gotta say, I'm really glad you brought that up because the animated TMT film is pretty fucking great. If you guys haven't seen it, give it a shot. And you're right, it is forgotten. We remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 to 3, and we remember the recent renditions. Woo! TMNT, the animated movie, is better than the last two recent editions of the Michael Bay produced films. I'm gonna put that out there right now. And if you guys are new, hit the like button, by the way.
Yeah, and I think there is a small consortium of people who do share this opinion. I've been given stray recommendations for TMNT a few times lately. Did somebody say Mystery Men? I actually never got to see Mystery Men in its entirety. Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay. I mean, just some obvious ones for us, like Joker is. I love the beginning and the finale of Joker. I'll say that.
I love the experience of watching it in context.
And also, this is more common than lately. I don't know how many people I'm going to upset by saying this. Batman Returns, I prefer over Batman 1989. I'm just saying.
This is a character arc. I feel like you.
Anita Starr's in the chat. What's up, dear?
What, Anita? Oh, hello. I feel like have you sort of grown love for that movie over time?
Batman Returns. Yeah, I didn't like it when I was a kid, but when I rewatched all four films, Batman Returns was like, actually, I think I love this way more than Batman 89. All
right.
Yeah. That's just my opinion.
I love this Yellow Flash. Josh Trank fought the studios to get Miles Teller in Fantastic Four, only to try and fight him on the set while filming. I hadn't thought about that.
Random Andy's channel, how you doing, buddy? Great to have you back in here. Just sending love. Wish I could be here. Y'all rock. Well, thank you, dude. Sending the love right back at you. Are things going okay right now? Please let me know, man. Don't need super chat that. Just leave it in the comments and I'll read it. Yeah.
We don't care for your well-being unless it's attached to money.
Superman the movie. Superman the movie is not one of my favorite comic book movies, but it's really hard to top that perfect casting of Christopher Reeves. It's that that's one of those things with Superman specifically, the movie, the Richard Donner one, is not one of my favorite comic book movies, but easily one of the best casting choices of all time.
Yeah,
1,000%, you know?
One, for as much as that movie gets right for being like one of the proto comic book superhero movies, you know, I think there's that you got to appreciate for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. You know, there's people mentioning this in the chat right now. The Wolverine, the second one, the one in between Logan and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
The one that gets overshadowed by the terrible and the great one.
Yeah, dude, the Wolverine is a great film. I love that movie.
That's one I'm most eager to revisit, actually, due to your enthusiasm, especially.
I mean, have you only seen it the one time?
Just in the theaters, yeah.
Dude, you're missing out.
First time, which I thought it was all right. I liked it.
Let's see here. My dad has Ghost in the chat. Says dad has the first Spawn issue. We're trying to keep on trying to keep on top of everything today as much as possible. Oh, The Mask is another one. The Mask is another comic book movie.
God,
Son of the Mask, even better.
The Mask might have been the first comic book movie I ever actually watched or saw in the theaters, at least. Yeah.
Dream Chaser. I love your title. How about you should change your name to Dream Achiever,
Dream
Grabber, Dream Thief.
Just try and stop me from taking these dreams.
Oh, John, you should read this one.
Hi, guys. Big fan since John had short hairs. Oh, wow. Thanks for sticking it out. My favorite comic book movie has to be Endgame because it was the only movie that made me cry ever. Damn, that's a big moment.
The only movie that made you
only ever? How many
comic book movie or only movie?
How many times did you cry? During which moments did you cry? What was the kicker that got the tears over your eyelids? So
wow,
I got so much to unpack with you.
It's when Thanos got his head cut off. I wanted Dad just like Thanos.
His vision come to life.
Oh no,
maybe he had a point.
Why? Oh God, that's surprising. Yeah. Well, keep chasing those dreams, man, and don't be afraid to cry. All the men in this chat, Never be afraid to cry.
Cry once a day. It's
Always
good for
cry.
you. It's cathartic. It's quality.
We are not your source for this, but we'll answer your thank you for your super chat, Zachary Skulls. Any news on Mahershala Ali's Blade? Yeah,
Still cast.
He's gonna be gay. Can't find anything on it even before Corona hit. What the fuck is going on with it? Now that I think about it,
They are keeping very
I haven't
quiet.
heard jack shit about that Mahershala Ali Blade movie.
And when you sit back and go, we've heard things about Phase 5. We've heard all kinds of random ass rumors. Yeah, they're very quiet.
Blade's gonna be introduced to Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness.
The only thing I've heard about Blade in recent memory was when Mahershala Ali put up that Instagram post of him, like a drawing of himself as the character.
Did he do that?
Yeah, and it just looks like him with sunglasses.
I mean, Mahershala Ali's already played 2 comic book characters. Can you name them?
Cottonmouth and or no, he's not actually Cottonmouth. No, he is Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth.
The other
He's not actually the Mandarin.
Alfred Woodard is Diamondback. No, Cottonmouth and
Can you guys in the chat name the 2 people Mahershala Ali has already played in the comic book sphere?
Is this an obscure movie? Or
I hope you don't fucking
myself?
get this in your next Inner Geekdom match or something. Like I fucking gave this to John right now. Gave him an emotional memory here.
Yeah, look out.
I'm seeing
Alita
it.
Battle Angel.
I'm seeing it in the chat. Some people are mentioning it.
Are we counting Alita? Because that's a
that would be 3.
3. I've saved myself on a technicality. What is the other one?
I'm talking 2 Marvel things.
2 Marvel. Are they MCU Marvel or just Marvel?
Oh my god, you're really having me do this.
That's how geekdom works. MCU and
It's
Marvel are different.
It's just Marvel.
Just Marvel. Okay.
It's in the chat. There are people in the chat
I'm not
saying it
looking
right now.
at the chat. What era of Marvel?
Oh my god, John, it's Prowler.
Oh, he's the voice of Prowler.
Yeah.
Fine.
Have to move on.
He's not the Donald Glover on-screen version of the character.
No, he's not. No, John, come on. That's where I stumped you.
Yeah. No, it was good. That was a good trick question.
Gotham show needs a movie. I'm like 3 episodes away from finishing the Gotham show, dude.
I agree, and the only experience I have with Gotham is literally over my own shoulder when you're reacting, and I'm always looking over going, what is happening? It looks cool.
Dude, oh fuck, I totally forgot about Alita Battle Angel. Shit. But everyone in the chat was saying Prowler. Right? We were on the same page. We were on the same page.
once it was all revealed, I looked and I saw.
Let's see here. Niraj Krishnan, thank you, dude. He is saying Doctor Strange is also on my list for favorite comic book movie. That's a movie you really fucking love a lot. I love films or especially I see this a lot in the anime shows that we react to on Patreon. I call this real thing because I was one of those people who did get obsessed with like things like The Secret back in the day by Rhonda Byrne, and Doctor Strange really dealing a lot with like visualization and law of attraction, energy and stuff. I really appreciate that context. Doctor Strange is a pretty great one. That's one you really love a lot too. I mean, you're just a big Scott Derrickson fan in general.
Yeah, I like Scott Derrickson, and I like. For me, it's weird. It's like I don't necessarily think that it is like the qualitatively best Marvel movie, or even like I don't know where I would put it in a 10 in terms of that. But yeah, just for like what it spelled out for the expansion of the world and the sort of like it gave me a rush and a dose of something I'd been craving for so long. Which was the spiritual aspects and the surreal, really trippy visual qualities, and even the whole like Dormammu thing. Yeah, it's like there are parts of the origin side that I can see being a little familiar and a little less than extraordinary for some people. But I think just what that movie expands the world into is so friggin' cool.
Do you know who plays Dormammu? Guys in the chat, do you know who plays Dormammu? Do you know who plays Dormammu in Doctor Strange?
Jeremy Irons.
Oh my god, let's see who.
Jason Isaacs.
I'm waiting to see if anyone in the chat happens to say it. Who plays? I mean, people have had time to Wikipedia this shit.
Chiwetel
I'm not going to quiz you anymore, John.
Aldous Hodge. Matt Damon? Is it Matt Damon? Is it Jude Law?
Craig got it.
Oh, Benedict Benedict Cumberbatch.
Don't worry, right. John will still beat me in the Inner Geekdom match.
Aw, thanks for stopping in and saying hello and sending love, Anita Starr.
Thank you, Anita. She's moving to Vegas. Did you you know?
I didn't know that, although
Moving
I
to
feel
Vegas.
like I could see
I mean,
that.
am
as
I
being
supposed
a
to mention
chapter.
that? Sorry. Just give you...
I could see that as
It's easy to find someone if you just say Vegas.
It's a very sensical chapter, and I know Anita's a bit of a Rolling Stone, so I could see that working out. Yeah.
Damn. Oh wait, shit. Did you move already? I need to hit you up to find out.
Yeah.
I need to text you. All right. It was Anita's birthday recently, guys. Wish her happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Eric Wallen from that is not his name. That is a form of currency. Thank you, dude. Scott Pilgrim versus the World is one of my favorites. Damn, what is this fucking throne you're sitting
dude,
on?
it's like carved out of a petrified tree or something like that.
Wow, you look fucking epic. That looks like something Jack Sparrow would sit on.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I'm not a big fan of the. I'm not a big fan of the script, but Scott Pilgrim just took me a long time to like that movie. I've seen it. I tried watching it once a long time ago, and then I rewatched it recently. I finally watched it recently, and then when I realized, like, oh, my issue is Scott Pilgrim. I have a hard time liking Scott Pilgrim, the character.
I can see that.
I mean, I guess that's the whole point. He gets a sort of self-respect and all that shit. But
he has to come of age and learn to not be shitty about some things too. So yeah, I can see why you wouldn't love him.
Let's see here. Brittany Lang consistently changing the profile pics. Thank you, Brittany Lang. Someone in the chat says Scott Pilgrim sucks.
Oh wow. Are we fighting now? Are we gonna fight?
That's the whole point. You're not supposed to like Scott Pilgrim. That's what everyone is. Michael B saying in the chat. Yeah, I get it.
Alien versus Predator. Best comic book.
Hey guys, how's it going with you guys? My favorite comic book movie has to be Iron Man and Endgame. I feel like with all the shit that MCU has spawned into, everyone forgets how
the bookends
fucking great Iron Man is, you know?
Yeah, it's a
solid
monumental film.
It's a solid movie. Solid fucking. Thank you for mentioning that. Thank you, Brittany Lang.
Well, and it still holds that charm because when you go back and revisit it, it's like more simple than the rest of the Marvel universe. Sort of, it's more contained, and so like it feels it maintains like a specialness because of that. I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like the few tie-ins are there, but at least Shield is not just there. I argue that, you know, in the phase 1, Shield probably plays a better implementation in the first Thor movie, but Shield does kind of help out with Pepper Potts towards the finale. They're not just a setup, you know.
They're around. They're doing stuff.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Is that Michael Bay Lobo movie still like in the mill? I feel like that's.
I hope he doesn't do it. I really hope he doesn't do it.
And Samau's Games, we have definitely mentioned Sin City, but I'm happy to keep talking about it because it's one of it may be my favorite comic book movie.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Oh, good for you.
Chris, thank you, dude. Wow, what a great thumbnail. John is watching this on Patreon.
I am. It's good.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the best comic book TV show of all. Comic book TV show. It's the only one that gets better every season and doesn't slow down. Have you gotten a Ghost Rider yet?
No, I'm only in season 3, and I think Ghost Rider is 4 or 5, right?
Why are you not satisfying the patrons and reacting 3 times a day to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Why are you not doing it all the time? Why have you not put everything on hold just to cover Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on Patreon?
I mean, if we're talking in that direction, it is the one show that would probably be easiest to do that with. But I'm not made of eyeballs, man.
Yeah.
All right. I need
gotcha.
to rest them sometimes. And also, gotta keep that suspense up, okay?
Hey, I'm seeing a comment into this chat saying the Phantom was so terrible. The Phantom
with Billy Zane,
starring Billy the fucking
William Zane
is so bad. It's also one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. And you know what else is also so bad, but so entertaining, but also kind of fucking cool? The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Oh my God. I never until a couple months ago, I grew up listening to the Shadow radio dramas each weekend on AM radio. And when I realized they made a movie, I was mind blown. And I just watched it.
Wow.
And it was not what I was expecting.
Dude, the Shadow's so it's got a knife with a face that bites his hand. It's so cool. If you guys see The Shadow, watch it.
It's out there, yeah.
Never disrespect Billy Zane. He was in Zoolander, guys.
One and speaking of The Shadow and the Phantom, what about Dick Tracy?
Oh, Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy.
Do you know who got nominated for that?
The makeup. Al Pacino.
John, I'm not going to give you the answer this time. You're just going to have to learn on your
Rob
own.
Reiner.
Yeah, Dick Tracy is a pretty that came out the year we were born. Dick Tracy.
Yeah.
That is a pretty fucking cool movie. I love Al Pacino's character in that film. Dude. Love Al Pacino's character in that.
Woo.
Finally, someone's mentioning Dennis the Menace. Wait a minute. I thought you were mentioning Kingsman. I don't know how I misread that.
Yep.
50-50.
Dennis the Menace, The Golden Circle.
Favorite comic book movie, Dennis the Menace. Yeah, YT people, what you two people are crazy. Is Dennis the Menace a comic book movie?
I guess.
Is it really?
I
What?
think Dennis the Menace is at least a comic strip. I have never been aware of a graphic novel of Dennis the Menace, like a big storyline that's involved.
It's really intense,
but
very dark, and it's about human rights.
But yeah, that comic strip and the
illustration.
illustration
Oh,
of
I
Dennis,
had
I am
no idea.
familiar with. Yeah.
How fascinating! That is a pretty great movie. Walter Matthau,
I was
man.
gonna say, when are we gonna get like a Sabrina or a Riverdale shout out in here for the Archie comics fans?
Let's see here. Oh, The Spirit.
I wanted that to be good.
Seeing some people talk about Frank Miller's The Spirit. You know what was funny about that experience of watching The Spirit? I'm constantly giving John crap about how heavy he breathes in movies. And then we snuck in to watch The Spirit. We theater hopped. And then there's this guy sitting next to him who was breathing very heavy, heavier than John. And then John was like, I think I finally get where you're coming from, Greg.
Yeah, it was an eye-opening. It was an eye-opening and a mouth-opening moment as well, because that's a great way to quietly breathe is through your freaking mouth.
Lana Pico.
Lana, who is a real person.
Thank you, Lana.
Yes, Lana. Hi, guys.
You.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. Not a popular comic, but my dad used to watch The Rocketeer all the time, and I really loved it as The Rocketeer. It's
like a class. That's
it's like experiencing the weirdest resurgence.
Yeah, man.
It's like 90. It's fun. It's like right at 1990. 1990 or 91, somewhere there. It's right there. And in terms of 90s nostalgia, The Rocketeer is skyrocketing back into nostalgia world. It's pretty crazy how much love that movie's getting. Thank you, Lon. I really appreciate that. It's a good profile pic. It's on the site.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to go check out The Rocketeer.
Keep it low key.
I feel like
say anything more.
It's dropping near our collective births helped me to kind of not be exposed to it.
Tim Wing in the chat has mentioned the movie Push, starring Chris Evans, produced by guess who?
Chris Evans.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
And believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
There are two random ass actor producerial roles I'm aware of. That's one. And now Leonardo DiCaprio producing the film Orphan.
Ellen.
Look at that.
Let's see here. Anissa, thank you so much, my dear.
How you doing, love?
Thank you, Anissa. How about this? Do y'all have any recommendations for comic book movies? That's what I want to know. Thank you, Greg, for always be there. Of course, I'm always there for you, Anissa. We talked throughout the week. Yeah, I'd recommend Catwoman. I'd recommend Elektra because I'm woke. And
Ultraviolet,
I recommend
too.
Ultraviolet. No, I mean some of them are the ones I mentioned earlier, like a little bit more of the low key ones that some people don't really think of, like Sin City, History of Violence, Road to Perdition. Wanted is another one that I think does not get enough love. And I think that fucking deserves a sequel. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. You see, at the time with Wanted, I get why the sequel didn't come. It was because of what I'm going to Angelina Jolie, what happens with her character in the movie. And James McAvoy honestly wasn't fucking James McAvoy.
He wasn't,
but now James McAvoy is James McAvoy. So I think a Wanted 2 would work right now.
Yeah, just bring him back that many years later for some kind of weird curving the bullet type scenario.
Why the fuck? I feel like you can make something even cooler now. Wanted, Kick-Ass, yeah, more of those, and some of the Alan Moore stuff like V for Vendetta. From Hell.
As much as I've heard that is not a well done adaptation of the source material, and from thumbing through it, the source material is dense, but I like things about that movie.
Decent movie.
I do enjoy it. Yeah.
But thank you, Anissa. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Where are we at? who's next on the list here? Ooh, Fund Me Productions. Thank you, Fund Me. Non-tights. Guys, if you're new, I would hit the like button. Thank you, Fund Me. Fund Me. We reacted to one of his videos forever ago.
Yeah.
Non-tights, Snowpiercer, controversial choice, Ultimate Edition to BVS, which is definitely superior over the theatrical version.
Objectively.
Marvel's Spider-Man 2, DC? The
DC Dark Knight anime.
DC Dark Knight anime. Oh, The Dark Knight Returns is another great one. Going off Anissa's other question, and let me remind me, The Dark Knight Returns is a great animated DC film, and I feel like a lot of part 1 and part 2 are both great. I think a lot of people didn't have support for it in the beginning because the fact that they cut out all the great Frank Miller written internal monologue stuff, but actually in terms of film medium, it's pretty awesome. So I haven't seen Dark Knight Returns animated film, highly recommend checking that out. Live action Bleach.
Oh, okay. I didn't know they did a live action Bleach.
Dark Horse, Hellboy 2. Boom.
Golden Army, boy.
Listed a lot of great movies that we have already listed already. So thank you, dude, for that. Gotta watch Snowpiercer.
I know. It's
gotta
gotta be
watch
the next on the
Snowpiercer.
list. So that we can jump onto the show that I've heard is equally good.
And then he also mentions The Incredible Hulk 2008. Great score, underrated. Ooh, I need to remember who scored that movie. I know who directed it.
When in doubt with this movie, just say Edward Norton. Probably wanted to score it, and then they forced him to use a composer.
I will say, man, another comic book movie I gotta recommend going back to Anissa because they're all coming back. The Crow. If you haven't seen The Crow, watch The Crow. Incredible Hulk. That final fight scene in Harlem between Abomination and Hulk is still one of my favorite fights in all of the MCU.
Yeah, that's right.
Not a big fan of the movie overall, but the finale, that final fight is still pretty goddamn great.
I don't want to bring down the mood, but I did see Tommy Rogers wrote an R.I.P. George Floyd, so yeah, just want to acknowledge for sure.
Of course, bring it up, man.
The world is I
mean, we brought it up at the beginning of the live stream, and highly encourage you guys. I mean, I think for George Floyd's funeral donations, I think he's a little over 7 million right now. Which is fucking amazing and wonderful. I mean, not the fact that it's that he's having a funeral, but the fact that that's how much support has been going there.
How much people
but
care.
In terms of Black Lives Matter, you can go to blacklivesmatter.com. It's donate section right there. If you just want to donate to that campaign and that movement. And
there's also
donated right before we hopped on the stream, so make sure to go over there.
I forget the name, but there's also, you can donate directly to the folks in Minneapolis who are out there too for food and things like that.
Crazy,
legal
man.
fees.
My girlfriend was just at a protest, and she was right there. A cop car got set on fire, and people. I mean, in order for a revolution, shit like this needs to happen, though. And so I'm in support of people protesting. I am.
There's a lot. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of things you can talk about, but I'm always reminded of that. I think it's an MLK quote of a riot is the language of the unheard. And so even though I think you can debate the merits of looting or whatever, just the unrest and the physical action taken in the face of lack of change, I can't take that away from anybody.
We'll do little mentions here and there.
Yeah,
little mentions. We'll get all about it. All right.
Segue though. This is the first time I've seen Big Hero 6 mentioned, which is technically a Marvel Disney animation movie. Yeah.
Animation in Big Hero 6, the action sequences are like a great anime.
Yeah,
like an anime.
Yeah. Yeah. San Francisco.
Incredible. The Kaltor Turax, fifth member of the Black Order here. Almost hated Wonder Woman in the No Man's scene because of all the SJW crap all the time. If Wonder Woman went Lord of the Rings with I Am No Man, would have lost it. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, dude. I mean, I appreciate your super chat, but it's called Wonder Woman. It's gonna just because it's about a woman doesn't make it SJW, I'd say,
I get I guess if that part of this culture irritates you, I guess I can see how the lead up to Wonder Woman would make you wary of that tone of voice. However, I think Wonder Woman is one of the ones that manages to handle its progressive ideals within the realm of the movie and not just like it's spraying them at you from the periphery.
I mean, I can feel it whenever it's like a dude probably
it's
wrote
pan-
this, say this,
or-
trying to pander to
Yeah,
it.
or when it's one of those like, for marketing, let's throw in a gay character in the background.
But I think Wonder Woman, in my opinion, I thought handled it very well, very natural, and it's Wonder Woman. So
yeah,
you're expecting some themes like that to come up. That's another thing with it, you know?
yeah.
There'll be a point where we don't acknowledge it anymore. Like one thing I want to see happen that I'm waiting for is for there to be an action hero and him to not, for a male action hero, and it's like, let him be gay, but don't
Call much attention.
Don't call attention to it. No need for the derogatory F word about gay people to be thrown in there or gay cons. Just like, let it be just a thing about him. Because I feel like that's usually like one of my favorite versions of representation in film is the movie Sideways. Oh my God, I'm forgetting her name. The girl from Grey's Anatomy. Sandra Oh. She's an Asian character, one of the prominent female characters in that movie. And they never acknowledge that she's Asian, you know? And at the time when that came out, they usually will do something. And I don't think there's a problem with necessarily acknowledging it. But to me, I love that kind of representation in films where it's like, yeah, they cast an Asian girl, they never call attention to the fact that she's Asian, but she's still one of the main characters. That's usually my favorite version of that kind of representation in movies.
Well, yeah, anytime you include diversity is best included when it's not like screamingly, highlighted, because I often think to the theory of like when you do charitable acts or good things, you're not supposed to call attention to yourself. And I feel like that's kind of how you're supposed to approach social justice in fiction, is put it in and treat those characters like humans. And that's all you got to do. I think that's something, not to say that George R.R. Martin is the bastion of feminist writers or whatever, but I feel like there was a piece of advice that blew people's minds he gave out once, which was like, how do you write such great female characters? And he's like, I don't know, I just kind of approach them like people. And the character just kind of comes along with that.
Let's see here. Eric Horseman, thank you, dude. Actually, really enjoyed Shazam and Aquaman. Not too hip on comics, but I think I may be a DCU fan more than MCU. Also not a movie, but The Boys. If you haven't seen The Boys on Amazon, do it as soon as you can. It is so good. Also, the Preacher show is pretty damn good too, but The Boys is my preferred television show to watch.
Preacher's one I've been meaning to jump back on, because I was really, really enamored with those first couple episodes, and the graphic novel I read was nuts.
I would say, I would really say that there's things about the DC universe that I think that they're doing that are, and there are things that they're doing that I wish Marvel and MCU would do some of, in terms of, like, I think DC's been killing it lately. Aquaman's not one of my favorite ones of theirs, but it was a big hit. Shazam was great. Wonder Woman, we're one of the two people who like Birds of Prey. Like, we like Birds of Prey, and
that might be towards the top of my DCEU list.
And Joker, obviously, like taking the chance, the chances are taken, especially with the R rating material. There's things there that I think, and they're not so like dependent on the tie-ins anymore. Granted, they had to make a lot of mistakes along the way. They had to, I don't know about mistakes, but they had to receive a lot of criticism along the way before they really were able to bring it in the direction it's in now. But even with the Snyder cut being included in there, I'm like, that's fucking cool. You know? Yeah. That's really cool.
They've definitely got a uniquely constructed universe going.
Yeah. Thanks, Queens XU Shizu, for being in the chat. You're saying so many nice things right now. And thanks for saying Real House. I look like a young Martin Scorsese. Thanks.
Oh, wow. That's a nice little compliment there.
I know. Everyone wants to look like Martin Scorsese. That's the Italian man you want to look like.
Especially when talking about comic book films that are cinema.
Caltor adding on. Thank you, buddy. Wonder Woman did not go there and loved it for it. Wonder Woman was not better because she was a woman. She was just badass. Exactly.
Yeah.
I wish we got to your second part of your comment right away. Just threw it on top of there, and then we realized we were right on the same path there. So thank you, dude. Appreciate that.
Well, yeah, and there are other lessons, I think, for her to learn, which make that movie well fleshed. You know what? Almost
that she loves some dick.
That's right.
That's
once she
Wonder
learns
Woman
what one is, when she sees it, and there's a whole
like,
joke.
Damn, I want that.
Give me one. Where can I get one? I'm surprised nobody has dropped The Adventures of Tintin in here because that's
a comic book movie.
Comics, if you know, comic strip at the very least, and I think it became books and graphic novels and stuff. No, but
I'm not sure, John.
But yeah, I was just shout it out anyway.
Oh damn! I thought we were on top of everything with the super chats, and we have fallen behind.
Oh no!
John talks too long. Blame John. I just gotta blame
suck.
John. That's what I gotta do is blame John.
Blame
when
Canada.
things fall behind, you blame John.
Yeah,
keep that as a note in life, John.
Solid.
John.
Thanks, man.
Keep that as a note.
That was like directly to me. Wow. Right into the camera.
Let's see here. All right, John, how do we do this? All right, guys.
We're talking about great Joe Johnston movies.
I thought we were on top of it, but we've fallen behind. Let's do this. Let's catch up.
Babar the Elephant is a boss. Who's next? Scuba Esteban.
Dude, thank you, Scuba Steve Films. Follow the homeboy on Instagram right here.
Lovely little sticker.
Michael B is saying, seriously, note Man of Steel, Endgame, Aquaman, Scott Pilgrim, TMNT 90s 1 and 2, and The Crow, Blade, Spider-Verse, The Dark Knight, Spider-Man. Those are all fantastic films. Thank you, dude.
No one's gonna name check Batman Begins.
Dude, Batman Begins is my favorite Batman film. The Dark Knight's my favorite film out of the Dark Knight trilogy, but Batman Begins my favorite Batman film. But thank you, dude. And also TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man. Part 2, Secret of the Ooze. Pretty fucking cool. Vanilla Ice appears in there. Ruined his career.
Go. Did that ruin his career? Was that the nail in the
I mean, that was a big part of like ruining his career.
Yeah. How the mighty.
But Eminem does a Venom song, and it just bolsts him up even more. Yeah.
Clearly, Vanilla Ice should have waited a couple decades before doing Go Ninja Go.
Yeah.
That's all he needed was a few other records under his belt.
The sword with the Leonardo, the stick with the Donatello, Michelangelo with the nunchucks, and the dumb sluts who drive pickup trucks. That's my Eminem.
Donatello hitting fellows with the stick,
wearing a girdle as I fight the Ninja Turtles. We can't start this.
Kill a squirrel like I'm a Ninja Turtle.
Or else we're gonna get way too carried
Jumping over hurdles.
Let's see here. Where are we at? Okay.
Ellen of Steel.
Anissa back at it again.
Anissa.
Also off topic here. I'd like to hear y'all's opinions of what has happened in Minneapolis. I find it to be truly heartbreaking. Well, I mean, we don't want to make this one too political, but at the same time, you're asking us a question. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. What's going on in Minneapolis is absolutely like, you know what the thing is? I'm just gonna say it. I think it's necessary. I think what's happening right now is necessary. Some might argue that we're just creating more damage or whatever, but I think right now voices need to be heard, and it's absolutely fucking important. So what's happening in Minneapolis, while there's been some terrible fucking things that have been going on as well within these riots and stuff, them protesting is an absolute essential thing right now.
Yeah, I mean,
around the world. I mean, more than Minneapolis, you know.
I mean, yeah, because this is one of those problems that has established itself as a cycle, and you know, there are only so many times we can all sit around going, "I'm shocked," before you, just get fed up.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't seen everything that's going on out there, and again, I know that there are arguments to be made about the concept of looting and vandalism. And actually, I was watching last night a couple speeches, one of which was from Killer Mike, and you know, there have been a lot of people speaking out on this, and I think it's. Regardless of the methodology, it's absolutely necessary because, you know, if the whole foundation of the country that you live in isn't here to help you out and protect you, that's some bullshit. And, you know, things need to be done about it. And it's clear that the normal channels haven't worked as of yet. So, again, I'm just reminded of that idea that the riot is the voice of the unheard. So, I can't blame anybody for feeling the way that they feel, and I just hope that we can better intervene on this very human situation of like just watching the footage with that officer with his knee on George Floyd. Yeah, George Floyd's throat. I just
and
it's the most vile image I've seen in a long time.
You know what, guys? Fuck Donald Trump. That's what I'm gonna say too. All right.
You know what? I mean, as much as
he can go fuck himself.
as much
once the looting starts, shooting starts. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
as much as
President.
I'm not about to
say it.
as much as I'm not about to say that Twitter is the beacon of justice in this world, I did think it was pretty funny that even Twitter was like, this tweet has been blocked for, violent, incisive language.
Property damage. He suddenly starts speaking up, but when George Floyd and the police get away with it, he doesn't say shit.
Well, that's
fuck that guy,
and that's the huge problem, and that's a big thing about rioting and looting. Again, is those objects and that shit that people are going to buy is all insured, it's covered by banks, and it's not more important than human lives. And so, fuck Trump, fuck them every which way.
Anyway, back to the comic book movies.
Back to the fun.
This is going to be the way the stream goes. The thing is, I had a feeling it would be brought up. That's why I brought it up at the very beginning of this stream, because I know at some point that people will be asking about it, because it's a thing that's happening right now.
Well, and everyone's a little bit like,
but that's why
I do normal shit right now.
But that's also why I'm encouraging you guys to go to blacklivesmatter.com and you can donate right there. I literally did it 2 minutes before the stream. It took me like 30 seconds to log to go to the website and then go to the donate section. So go to blacklivesmatter.com. Heavily encourage it.
Quickly, especially
John, this is what I'm talking about.
Well, no, I heard a great quote yesterday that if you're sitting there thinking, like I have, friends of color, various, it's, if you think it's not your issue just because you're a white person, think of all the people in your life. And if any of those people are affected by this, then it's your problem too.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. If we all care about each other.
Problem, man. Yeah. Like, this is fucked. Like people can get mad at woke culture all they want, but really, this is not, it's beyond that shit. All right. It's about equality. It's about fucking equality.
Well, yeah. And if police were rampantly killing white people, I'm sure a lot more property would be destroyed by now.
Anyway, back to comic book movies, which mainly star white people.
Let's do it. White cinema. What's your favorite white people movie?
Oh, white chicks.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to it. This is the one I've been looking right here from Adagid Screecher. Thank you so much, dude. Kingsman: The Secret Service is so special to me.
It's a movie that gave us Taron Egerton.
Thank you, Adagid, for bringing that up. Kingsman, I've seen people talk about it in the chat. We really like the Golden Circle too. I liked it a lot. Yeah. I really like the Golden Circle. I'm not excited for the third one. It looks all right.
Oh, that's right.
I just completely forgot. No one's talked about how that one's been delayed.
I completely forgot.
But oh, dude, no, Judas Thundersteel. I see your comment. Don't you worry, but I'm gonna mention that soon. Kingsman: The Secret Service and Kingsman: The Golden Circle, I think, are wonderful films. Secret Service is a better movie, I generally speaking, I think, but to me, that is the defining Matthew Vaughn style. I know it's not one of it. Wait, no, it is an R-rated movie. That is one of his.
There are a couple gags in both Kingsman films that actually kind of bother me that make those very R-rated.
I mean, I feel like they're like X-Men First Class, where people might go to a Kick-Ass, but no, Kingsman right there. That's probably my favorite Matthew Vaughn movie, the very first one, because it has the perfect blend of like edgy, heart, style, everything right there. So thank you for mentioning that, Adagid Screecher. What a fascinating name you got there.
And thanks.
And Mark Strong in that movie is Merlin, so incredible. And Bloodshot is also a great movie.
Well, the fact that you could maybe accredit some of the existence of Rocket Man in its form to Kingsman: The Golden Circle. That's something I appreciate as well.
Perhaps. All right, moving on here. Katrick Sharma. Thank you, dude.
Ooh.
Except for Batman Begins, he has appeared in all Batman films from Batman Forever to BVS, Dawn of Justice, The Animated Series. He's actually a U.S. Senator, named this politician / Batman film.
God. I can't name him, but I know this story.
He is actually a U.S. Senator?
Yeah.
So there's a U.S. senator who has appeared.
Who's a Batman fan.
Like a real U.S. senator. Not like some Easter egg character, but a real U.S. senator who has appeared in all these Batman films.
This sounds familiar to me, unless I'm just Mandela affecting myself.
Who is Kartik talking about here? Do you guys know? Can you name it in the chat?
Yeah. The thing is, I know I've heard this person's name, and I'm not gonna get it until I hear it back.
Who is this person
This
that's
is a
talking
great
about?
piece of trivia, though. I'm gonna remember.
I
this
really want to. I
forever.
really want to know who this U.S. senator is.
Is it?
I'm waiting for the chat to answer.
I'm like,
Who's
is this
the
a famous senator?
Patrick Lee? T. Townsend says
Patrick
it in the chat.
Leahy.
Leahy.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm gonna look out
Look
for that
him up.
now.
Look his face up.
Thank you, Kartik, for mentioning that.
That's cool. All right. Is he a good senator?
Terrible.
He's a terrible senator. Yeah,
terrible senator.
I'm like, this is the first time where I've directly gone to, how's this guy's politics? Am
Right.
I going to be psyched about this or not?
Let's see here. Peter Pacheco is saying, thank you, Peter Pacheco. Love your Captain Spaulding thumbnail here.
Yeah.
DC, Dark Knight, Marvel, Infinity War, honorable mention, the original Blade. No one talks about Blade 2. I love Blade 2, man. That gave us Ron Perlman, Donnie Yen in the same movie.
Yeah, I don't hear it brought up. Obviously not yet in the stream, but I thought Blade 2 is one of those sequels that people actually like, maybe more than the first movie.
I love the first 15 minutes of Blade 1. The part where your dad made you walk out of it on. Because that came out in 98, or he's 8 years old when I watched it, right?
Yeah.
So his dad was like, this is a bad fucking idea.
Yeah. Why'd we let you talk us into this?
Yeah, I think I like Blade 1 a lot. I mean, I like Blade 2 the most out of them all. Blade 1, the opening 15 minutes, that whole club sequence is wonderful. Honestly, that final fight with him and Steven Dorff, I don't care for. And that's supposed to be the best or biggest fight of it all. And they're just doing the same spinning heel kick constantly. I thought it was a really poorly choreographed fight.
Well,
that's where my criticism for Blade comes in. But no, I get why people, the style and Wesley Snipes' personality that he brings to it, he really helped a lot with infusing and making changes to that character. So yeah, I would say, yeah, I get that. Thanks, Lewis, for being here.
Yep.
My favorite Watchmen character is Rorschach, like most people.
And then when you learn about what Watchmen's about, you're like, oh, what does that say about me?
Yeah.
Should this be my
I
favorite?
guess Night Owl. Zachary Skulls, thank you, buddy. Brandon Lee, the Crow, R.I.P. Brandon Lee. Terrible thing of how that guy died on that. Do you guys know? This would never get brought up in Air Geek, so I'll share this with you. Do you know who doubled for Brandon Lee on The Crow? And he only had 3 days left to shoot before he died while filming that film. And so the stunt double filled in for Brandon Lee for the additional photography that they needed to complete the motion picture. Do you know who that stunt double was? Come on, guys. One of you has to know who that stunt
name
double
I would be able to pull.
I'll give you a hint. He's a film director.
Okay, it's not Chad.
It's
not Chad Stahelski, is it?
It is Chad Stahelski.
Yeah. Damn, really?
It is Chad Stahelski. Yeah.
Wow, what a mantle to have. Jesus.
Took an additional $8 million to finish that movie. And Chad Stahelski was the Chad Stahelski. You guys don't know, is the director of the John Wick films.
Mm-hmm.
He was the stunt double for the. If you guys haven't seen The Crow, you should really watch The Crow.
Yeah, The Crow is a magic special piece of little cinema there.
I mean, we have seen the new Hellboy movie. I know the guy did the makeup for it, so I felt I should watch it.
Big fans of the new Hellboy.
And speaking of The Crow, Nis is back in the chat. Guys, if you're new here, hit the like button, please. If you haven't done so already, please do. The Crow is my second favorite movie. Such a good movie. I know we've talked about this. Of course, The Matrix is my number one. Yeah, we've talked about that. Shazam is also a great comic book movie. Zachary Levi is amazing. They better hop on that sequel. Because Asher Angel he's growing up. It's probably when you cast not just Asher Angel, Freddie Freeman, Jack Dylan Grazer.
Yeah.
He's growing up too. You know,
they're gonna have to like it chapter 2 this and like reshape their heads and stuff.
They got to get on that, man. The Crow is definitely one of my top 10 favorite. Man, so do you know who plays the cop in The Crow? Do you know who plays the detective in The Crow? I'm not telling you.
Judge Philip Banks.
Oh my god. But The Matrix, I wish the Matrix is heavily inspired by anime and comic books properties. So in some ways that counts.
Wait a minute. Fight Club was a book. Was it a comic ever?
The sequel to Fight Club was a graphic novel. I don't think the original Fight Club source material was a comic.
Gotcha.
I don't think that is a graphic novel, but I know the sequel for sure totally is.
So then my follow-up question is, can we count Jesus movies because there is a comic book Bible.
Yes.
Then The Passion of the Christ is my favorite comic book movie.
Inspired based things. Yes. And Random Manny's channel, thank you. I support protests. I don't support riot and violence. Well, I can respect that. Sometimes it leads to that. I think the properties will be fine. You know,
it depends. Yeah, it's weird. I've heard some really great arguments for not destroying stuff, and I've heard some understandable arguments for destroying stuff.
The good news is people are finally being heard.
Yes, that's the point.
And I hope it's a long-lasting effect. All right, that's the problem with it, because
it needs to be the start of a whole chain.
There's like the Rodney King incident, and then there was riots there and everything, and now we're back to this one, and it's like, when's it gonna,
when's the change gonna last?
How many years? Even before Rodney King.
When are we gonna
decades and decades and decades and decades
alleviate some of these toxic pieces of our makeup?
Fucking bullshit.
Anywho,
transition.
Ethan,
that's how we'll transition everything today. Transition. Ethan Holgate, thank you, dude.
Megamind and Planet 51, both great animated movies.
I haven't seen Megamind. Have you seen Megamind?
With Will Ferrell?
I think it's Will Ferrell and Brad Pitt, right?
Brad
Pitt? I'm not sure.
I don't remember Brad Pitt being in that movie. I think Kristen Wiig is in it or something. I'm glad to see some Megamind love. I watched a little bit of on TV, and it was pleasant in that setting. So
yeah,
I will say that I rushed out to a theater to see it. But
50-50 he has a great comment about representation. Lana Lang in Smallville is one of the best brown representations of all time. That's true. Kristen Kreuk as Lana Lang. I wish she worked more. She played Chun-Li in the other live action Street Fighter film.
The Legend of the great Chris Klein performance.
I don't think they ever mentioned that she is Asian as Lana Lang in Smallville. Yeah, I don't think they ever did that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
nice. I'm glad to hear that.
That's crazy to hear. Do you know who played Lana Lang in Superman 3?
Oh, damn it. I've seen Superman 3, but all I can think of is Richard Pryor.
I'll give you a hint. She's in Smallville.
Okay.
Good luck,
Michael
John.
Rosenbaum.
Michael Rosenbaum.
Tom Welling. Kristen Kreuk. I have now exhausted all of my knowledge of the Smallville cast.
Lana Pico back in the chat.
Real person.
Hi, Lana.
Hey.
Wanted. Also a great comic book film for me. Angelina Jolie was dope. And it's my first introduction to James McAvoy. Sorry if already mentioned.
Don't be sorry.
This is the first time. Usually we're like an hour behind with the super chats, and now we're only 20 minutes behind. So, but I did mention this in the 20-minute time span.
3 times better.
They should make a Wanted sequel. They really should. I think James McAvoy deserves to go out on a high note for a fucking change, honestly.
Yes.
Like his last
career.
I think his last fucking Charles Xavier film was The Dark Phoenix. Kevin
Glass.
Kevin what's the last name?
Crumb. Yeah.
Kevin Crumb and Glass. And it's like, come on, man, Wanted. Give him a Wanted sequel. Give him a good Wanted sequel.
And
why the
friggin'
fuck not?
It Chapter 2. Like,
that's
he's
what
good,
I mean.
but he didn't get used very great.
That's what I mean, man. He deserves it.
He deserves, like a major. He's at the center of it, and it's a hit.
Well, and I want to thank you, Lana. Thank you. It's a wonderful profile pic. Everyone has wonderful profile pics today.
Y'all are beautiful. All of y'all.
And no, it wasn't Kristen Kreuk who was involved in the sex trafficking scandal. All right, it was the other blonde girl.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
White woman.
Yeah.
All the white women in the world are involved. Conan the Barbarian. That is a comic book, right? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Forget that.
I'm sitting here going, was it a comic book first or did it later get? Because, there are movies like that, like Kick-Ass, like the comic was being written as the movie was being written, things like that.
Michael Williams, what's up, dude? That's impressive. That's like a really confident looking profile.
Intriguing. You got like, I don't know. Yeah, you got this attitude I like.
Watchmen movie was very amazing, very underrated. I haven't seen the director's cut, but I hear the director's cut is exceptionally better than the original. Every Zack Snyder extended version of anything that he does is the better version.
Snyder has this thing where I guess he can only make a complete film if it's 4 hours long. But I would love, in fact, that is the Zack Snyder director's cut I would be most compelled to sit down and really take in.
Really?
Yeah, just because like Watchmen, I think, you know, if you look at Sucker Punch or you look at BVS, like I'm sure BVS will be more intelligible, but like I liked what Watchmen was going for. I like the tone that it was going for, and I think that it does enough things pretty beautifully that I would watch, you know, a more fleshed version. To like, that's always a movie where I've heard people say, and I kind of share that opinion of like,
I think so.
there's a lot to appreciate here, but I'm not entirely sure if Zack Snyder either understands or is going for what the comic is actually about. Basically,
guys, I want to say there's some people here who are in Minneapolis who like live in Minneapolis who are in this chat.
oh shit,
Please be safe.
Be safe,
Be
yeah.
safe as possible. While I do think that the protests are necessary, please be safe.
Love out
it's
there,
very
yeah.
safe. I mean, it's not very safe. Please be very safe. That's what I
It's
meant to
very
say.
safe, so safe.
We fell behind again here. All right. Random Andy's channel is back here saying, Being Plus love Winter Soldiers. Winter Soldier, sorry for being negative. Nah, dude, you're just expressing your opinion, man. No worries, dude. Winter Soldier is, yeah, that seems to, it's funny how after all these films, Winter Soldier still seems to be one of the movies that people, it seems like it's hard for that one to be beat.
That's the beacon of phase 2.
I mean, I kind of
Like-
want the Russo brothers to go back to, if they rejoin the MCU, I want them to do something a little bit on, like Winter Soldier's small for MCU scale.
Contained is what we mean when we say small.
I mean, yeah, especially compared
Ant-Man
to
is
like
contained.
Civil War and Infinity War and Endgame. That's small for the Russo brothers, but I really think that it would be cool if they returned, if they went back to something on a more contained scale, like Winter Soldier, kind of going back to not their roots, because their roots would be you mean Dupree. Something a lot more along those lines, you know.
I would want to see something where it makes me go, okay, like what are they going to bring to this? What sensibility? Not just like, are they going to manage juggling all this shit?
Yeah,
Like I would I really mad respect for Infinity War and Endgame, but I would be most excited for them to come back and do something more contained where I'm like,
Yes.
okay, let's get the Russo brothers voice back in here or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, Anissa, you're so sweet. She's saying, I love you all so much. Thank you, Anissa. That's really sweet of you. We love you. You know I love you. I care about you. Now, things have been a little rough lately, Anissa, but
Much
I
glove.
care about you. Eric Horseman, sometimes you got to burn it down and build it up again. Fever 233, hashtag Black Lives Matter. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yes, I completely agree with you, Eric Horseman. I actually saw a great tweet going around about like, you know, black people can burn down the properties because like they help build it for free. Like you know, like oh, you don't want to argue with that person, you know. Like it's very true.
Yeah, built on the backs of a lot of unjust free labor.
We got to change the foundation of this system, dude. We really do. So I agree with you. Thank you for that comment, Eric Horseman. I do agree with you. Go to blacklivesmatter.com. Donate today. Chase Gardner back here in the chat. Thank you, Chase.
Hey, what's up, Chase?
Let's see here. Oh wait, no, I think I
Chase.
got him right here. Hold on.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Hans Zimmer Batman trilogy favorite soundtracks.
Those are iconic.
Well,
Those affected all of soundtracks for a while.
I think what a lot of people don't realize is Hans Zimmer was co-composer for 2 out of the 3 films, and it's only The Dark Knight Rises where he composed that solely
Without James Newton Howard.
Yeah, and James Newton Howard doesn't get enough credit, I think, for his contribution to Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Because those are 2 composers with different styles.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yes, so fuck Hans Zimmer. No, Hans Zimmer has been
Bitch.
very influential.
What have you done
yeah.
for us?
That's a great call. That's a very he does like, and now I think Hans Zimmer did make a declaration that he doesn't want to do any more comic book movies. It was after like BVS or something, right?
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, like his style has become like so ubiquitous for that genre, especially, you know.
It's not BVS. It was Man of Steel. I
Man
think it
of
was Man of
Steel.
Steel. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I can
Junkie
see
XL did BVS.
Yes. Junkie XL's done some pretty sweet score
Like
work.
the Snyder Cut?
Like the Snyder Cut. Oh my god. Speaking of also, the one reason I'm most compelled to check out Capone actually is because LP, who's half of Run the Jewels and who does a lot of the musical side of Run the Jewels, did the music. So
Really?
I'm like, oh damn, I want to check that soundtrack out.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. It's kind of a snooze. Some
I had
people are
fun.
saying that in the chat.
It's in a Saturday morning or a Friday midnight kind of way. I like that movie, but yeah, it's not amazing.
What? Scorsese did a Bible era comic strip when he was a kid? I didn't know that.
Oh, I want to look that up.
Peter Pacheco back with the Captain Spaulding 2007.
Hey.
TMNT also Ghost World 2001. Sci-fi. I've never
Birch.
never heard of I've never seen Sci-Fi's Deadly Class.
I've heard of it.
Ghost World 2000. No, you must be the first person ever in my life to bring up
Where my American
Ghost World.
Splendor
Yeah.
fans at? Yeah.
But yes, I'm happy in this chat. One of my favorite things is that the 2007 TMNT is getting some love.
That's all we wanted when
it.
we got on here.
It fucking deserves it.
Go out and buy a copy of TMNT.
Let's see here. Hans Zimmer. I think Hans Zimmer and Junkie XL both worked on BVS. Thank you, Hisham, for clearing that up.
I can see that.
I can see that. No, you can hear that.
Well, what if I'm reading the liner notes of the soundtrack album? Gregory.
I'm sorry.
You idiot.
Hey, you dumbass! You would have failed us in the schmodown. Thank you, Lana.
Oh, how did I ever get invited into this league?
Wait a minute. Thank you, Anissa. What's the name of the Frozen Marvel Universe crossover movie? Thaw.
Thaw. Love and
Very
Thunder.
good, Anissa.
Thaw Ragnarok.
Thaw Ragnarok. Cheers to you. My sister got me this cup. It's this Thor Ragnarok cup.
Greg let me borrow this cup. I don't know where he got it.
Yeah, I was like, we need comic book cups today.
Yeah, because they're in theme.
Let's see here.
Oh, that's a screwdriver. So did Brad Pitt play Will Ferrell as Mega Man?
No.
Brad Pitt, also underrated voice work. He does a great episode of King of the Hill where he plays Boomhauer's brother.
Anissa, okay. What's kept? I haven't actually read your joke. I think. Damn, I don't know. Do you have your punchline here? I'm seeing all these things in the chat about her. What's Captain Marvel's favorite cheese?
Is there a pun in here? Is it like
Is brie a cheese?
yes?
Is it brie?
Brie, brie.
It spelled like Brie Larson's name?
Yeah,
Is it brie?
it's got to be brie. Otherwise, it's something blue because of Cree blood.
It is brie. I got it.
Yes, that's good. That's a great call. Yeah, because I should have put
That's good.
brie is delicious cheese. All right,
That is good. I had brie cheese for the first time last week. Alyssa Ferrari. No, Alyssa Seibert now. Did she take his last name? Or did Dan take Alyssa's
Dan
last name?
Ferrari.
I mean, I'd fucking go with Ferrari over Seibert.
Maybe they'll do a hyphenate where Dan's name is first. Seibert Ferrari. Dan Ferribert.
Down way off about Hans Zimmer. He fucking did goddamn X-Men Dark Phoenix and shit.
Well, maybe he recanted when they offered him money.
I mean, that's usually all it takes, right?
Typically,
Just shake
Money or
shake some
time,
dollar bills.
and time
from
is
that
money.
guy. I feel like I really educated a lot of people that Chad Stahelski was the stunt double for Brandon Lee.
You educated me.
That's what I'm talking about, John. Come to me for the information, guys.
Woo.
I'm your information guy. Snack Snyder is the best director to DVD director. I'll give you that.
At least the intended cuts. Of
I
his
think
films.
Cyberpunk will be multiplayer characters. Anissa, why is the Punisher the best Marvel character? Oh, let me see if I can get this. Punish
I see.
Frank Castle.
This is not a.
This is a joke.
Because
It has to be a joke, right? Or is there like
it has to be a
or
joke.
do you want us to sincerely
I was like,
answer this?
it's like I didn't peg him as your favorite Marvel character. Okay.
Damn. I don't know. Do you have it later on here in the chat?
Best Marvel character. Because he, Thomas Jane.
Because he's frank about everything.
He's very frank
He's
with
very
people.
frank with everyone.
He's frank with his rage.
Because he helped build the Marvel Castle. I'm gonna keep looking at the comments and see if you have it here.
Because he's even less micro than Ant-Man.
Regular chat. Shit, I gotta find your fucking answer. God damn, I can't find it.
Oh no, it's in a super chat.
Ah,
Okay,
damn.
yeah, it's
Ah,
gonna-
God
it'll,
damn it.
It'll come up after these two.
All right, I need someone to look that up. Eric Horseman, thank you, dude. And he's talking about Anissa. Anissa, you're cracking me up. Much you last in this.
When's your
Thank
stand-up
you.
special dropping, Anissa? We need the jokes.
Oh, What do you call? What I'm gonna? Okay, I got one. I told John forever ago.
Oh, is it my favorite one about a director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call James Gunn when he works on his glutes?
James Buns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that joke. I'll
What would you
never
call?
get old.
Every once in a while, I'll just come up with these randomly while we're editing, and I'll just tell John. I'll just like look over at John, like, "Hey, John."
What do you call Ellen DeGeneres when she's committing a crime? You're gonna kick yourself if you don't get it.
Oh God.
What is a person who does crimes, especially
Criminal?
once convicted?
Criminal?
Synonym for criminal.
Villain?
You give up?
Yeah.
Felon DeGeneres. Yeah.
What do
It's
you
for y'all?
What do you call George Clooney if he was cast as Ant-Man?
George Puny.
There you go.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a good one. Yeah. You gotta create a book of these.
Sojin Choi in the chat is saying, I guess the Punisher is the best Marvel character because he doesn't make puns. I'm sorry.
Puns.
Zachary Skulls, Corona the Barbarian. Jesus Christ. On top of all these crimes and the protests that are happening right now, we still got a pandemic going on. Isn't that crazy?
Whose body count is larger, Conan's or Coronan's?
Coronans.
Probably.
Corona the Barbarian. No, Zachary, stay in the chat. That's great.
We're loving these jokes.
I think, thank you, Zachary. Well, dude, it's pretty nuts. Like right now, the stay-at-home orders are supposed to lift in California next week, but we have seen a fucking rise in cases. Like there's a day where they let they're like, all right, all retail and some restaurants can be open. I was like, but we got like a gazillion more cases today. Like there
and
were
not enough tests.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Because
Yeah.
Trump is great.
People,
Oh shit! Wait, fuck! Hold on a second. All right, I got it. So why is the Punisher the greatest Marvel character? Because he has the best punchlines.
Why is he the funniest Marvel character?
Oh my god!
But I think that might give it away too hard.
God, what are the other ones I had?
Oh man! Oh jeepers! What were the other ones? James Buns is just so prolific.
All right. I mean, no, that wouldn't be appropriate for today.
I was gonna say
is my Liam Neeson, Philip DeFranco one.
No,
I can't do that one today. We'll do it tomorrow.
Funny. We'll do it tomorrow on our day off.
There's other ones out there. They'll come.
Oh, we'll just create some new ones.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, Deadpool, man. No one's fucking talking about Deadpool enough. Luke Skywalker in the chat. Thanks, Luke Skywalker. Marcus is talking about it. All right. How do you get Anissa? Oh, dang, this is gonna be good. How do you get Batman into the Marvel universe?
Say that name.
Why did you say that name? Yeah.
Just say Martha, and it'll just come through a wall like the Kool-Aid Man.
I don't know.
With a grappling hook, he's gonna climb in.
You're close. You're close. Hang him on the wall. Now he's a Bruce Banner. Oh, Anita, are you coming up with these on your own?
Dude, I'm serious. Publish your own like whimsical cartoon comic book jokes book.
Oh, damn. Anissa's getting a lot of love in the chat. You're stealing the chat.
What do you call the Riddler when he is pleasuring himself?
I don't know what.
The Diddler.
I forgot that they're
DJ Diddles. That's what my mind went straight to. Dave.
Damn. Oh, I forgot that one.
Back in the
Barbed Wire. Oh, you know what?
That is a comic.
What? He also composed this? I was way wrong. He said around Man of Steel or BVS time, he said he's not going to do them anymore. Now he's doing them. Whatever.
Well, Warner Brothers came to him and they're like, Hans, you're the one thing people agree on about our current lineup of films. You got to stick with us. It's funny. I just drove past the Warner Brothers studio and they still have their June 5th Wonder Woman 1984 posters up.
Really?
That are, like the huge ones on the boulevard. As well as a Supernatural final season poster, which always warms my heart. Even though we're only on season 5 on Patreon. Come check us out.
Kaltor? Turax. Thank you, Kaltor. Winter Soldier bummed me out. Heard better than Avengers. I thought Avengers X2, two different movies. So I wasn't thinking wrong. like it now. That's the problem with expectations versus expectations, anticipation. When you go to watch the actual movies, you know,
Expectations
that can't interfere. At the same time, it can make movies like how I watched Green Lantern for the first time this week not be as bad because I heard nothing but terrible things about it. So when I went to go watch it, I was expecting something significantly worse, and instead I walked out going, "There were ways this movie could have been good." That's you know what I mean?
God, have you ever seen a movie with a people like? I feel like usually when people prepare you for something to be bad, it's never that bad. But every once in a while, it is or worse. Have you seen a movie like that where like people are like, "Oh, you're gonna hate this," and you're like, "No, I like this even less than you led me to believe." There's one movie that's ever done that to me that I can at least draw directly to memory. But
what is it?
The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh man, no, I did not know that.
People were like, "John, this movie sucks. You're not gonna like it." And when I watched it, I was like, "Oh yeah, it probably won't be that bad though." And when I watched it, I was like, even the things I like Platinum Dunes movies for are just devoid in this project, and it made me upset.
Hans Zimmer's working on the new fucking Wonder Woman movie. What? And you know what? I take it back.
Hans Zimmer's only gonna score comedy.
I've changed my mind. I'm
doubling down. Triple down.
Let's see here. All right. Okay. There's moments of silence. Keep it up. Keep it up, John.
Moments of silence.
What time is it? Okay, we should end soon.
Smoke weed 6 hours a day, 20 days a week.
We should end soon. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Hisham. I'm telling you right there. That's what we're talking about. Give credit to James Newton Howard. Katrik Sharma back in here. Thank you, buddy. Have you read Amalgam Comics? Crossover of Marvel and DC comics with heroes like mix of Batman and Wolverine, Superman and Captain America, Iron Man, Green Lantern, etc. Is the film version possible? Well, I haven't heard of Amalgam Comics. I've heard of like crossovers like this, but maybe they stem from there. It's not possible yet. But when Disney officially buys the DC universe after HBO Max fails to successfully pull off engaging people, since HBO Max seems to get nothing but crap now, and what it's, you know, I'm fine with HBO Max, but everything I'm hearing about is like, does this really seem like it's worth it?
Because HBO Now was already basically what HBO Max is, minus a couple original pieces.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I don't know. I mean, I don't think we'll see it in our lifetime. Honestly, actually, our lifetime would be the best time to do it.
I could see it in our lifetime. I don't necessarily see it like within the next decade or two.
Oh no! Oh god, no!
2 or 3 decades down the road. Like, I feel like partly it'll take the MCU truly falling from grace, and that'll just be the first. It's not going to lead to it directly, but it'll be the first part. Is they have to really need to do something out there.
You want to know when we'll see Superman versing fucking like Wolverine, where DC versus Marvel in the movies? Here's when it's gonna be: when we need a goddamn Jurassic World Indominus Rex. All right,
when people are bored of superhero spectacle.
No, seriously,
bigger spectacle.
That's what's gonna be. There's gonna be fucking like in Jurassic World, like, people are bored of dinosaurs. We need a fucking hybrid to spice it up. When superhero movies officially reach that Spielberg cap that we heard about forever ago and it still hasn't gotten there, when that happens, then they're going to be like, we need to find a way to bring audiences back. And then they're going to do that with their Indominus Rex will be DC versus Marvel in a live action format. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, or maybe we'll just get the Marvel versus Capcom movie.
I mean, that'd be also really cool.
Do it. Oh my god! Think of it as like an Elseworlds thing, where like all these characters are abducted into some unholy fighting tournament by a creature, you know, more powerful than they. Where's my paycheck, Hollywood?
Junkie XL did do the score for Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well.
And Mad Max Fury Road.
Thank you, Anissa. What operating system is most popular in the Marvel universe? She has the answer right here. ThanOS.
I like it.
You're so sweet. Oh my god, you're gonna be a great mom one day.
You got the dad jokes to be a terrific mom.
My god, that's what all the super chats turn into, are all these questions and all these like joke answers. Finally, oh my god, finally someone's brought it up.
Yes,
Dredd 2012, my favorite comic book and action film till date. Yes, that is fucking Alex Garland pretty much directed that. It was like the Zack Snyder Joss Whedon situation in some ways, except
Really,
Alex Garland did not get the credit he deserved.
oh wow, I knew he wrote it. I didn't
It was
realize.
like Peter Travis or something like that who directed it.
I was gonna say that I feel like I don't know exactly, but I feel like the director had some kind of acclaim for those like really, really hyper frame rate camera things, and that's how that happened or something. But I didn't realize that there was a whole directorial thing there.
Yeah, man. Alex Garland did a lot of the directing for that. Didn't get the credit he deserved. But yeah, Dredd is like, honestly, I like Judge Dredd, the Sylvester Stallone, Rob Schneider movie. I actually like that one. I think it's a really, really a lot of fun. Do you know the name of Judge Dredd's gun?
The Law.
John.
Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Stormbreaker.
No, I think, but Dredd. Surprised there's not been much talks. There's been talks of making a Mega City 1 show, but
I'm surprised that hasn't come back, because for a hot minute the Dredd sequel petitioners were almost making headway. There was like a minute where Carl Urban was back in talks or something, but I feel like that would be a truly like triumphant moment if they could get a Dredd sequel. Yeah, because that's like an underrated and a lot of people's obviously think that's like a great underrated comic book adaptation that got overshadowed by the Raid at the time.
I just wish that slow-mo drug was real in Dredd.
Yeah.
I would be taking it all the time, and that's how I would be doing reactions. I've absorbed every frame, and now I will break down this Black Widow trailer for you frame by frame.
And you would get the most like dense, qualitative, physical reactions.
Yeah.
Just because you were taking it in on such a deep level.
Where are we at here? Oh my God, Eric Horseman's getting in on the jokes now.
Oh no.
Thank you, Eric. Where's the best place to find out about Spider-Man?
On the internet.
Oh no, where to go? Oh yes. I love that.
In a book.
I love that.
A comic book.
Brendan V, I see you in our chat, dude. What how are you doing, Brendan? Is everything we were talking on Instagram?
How's your boyfriend?
Are you okay, buddy?
Is he doing all right?
Let's see. All right. Oh my God. What is the Hulk's favorite song?
It's got to be something by
Smashing Pumpkins. Oh, is there Smashing Pumpkins?
Yeah. Is there another Smash song that we
or something about being green?
Oh, it's not easy being green.
Is that it?
It could be. I don't know.
Let me see here. Let me see if we got it.
It's got to be.
Oh, you got it. It's not easy being green. We worked together on that one. Okay,
that was good. That was an That's how we got to the team show.
Anissa, make sure to bookmark all these jokes. Write them down somewhere. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Reese Francis.
All right. Let me see here. Oh my God. All right. Where do most superheroes live? I love how this is what our live streams turned into. Where do most superheroes live?
Caves in the hearts of millions.
Cape Town. Yeah, I don't know.
Cape Town, South Africa.
Get there, yeah.
Real place. I like it. That's a pun and a geography lesson.
Let's see. I'm really in the mood to watch Thor Ragnarok right now.
I'm really in the mood to watch The Dark World.
I think it's imprinted on me from looking at this the whole time.
It's it's a very alluring movie. I feel like that's an easy I would love to rank the MCU movies on like how much you crave to watch them.
You know what's weird to me is like when I'm thinking about like the basic gist of the Batman live action franchise I'd want to see done in movies is really simple. You start with young Batman, you get your villains in there, you do about 8 movies, and then you get old man Batman, and then you build up to an Arkham Asylum movie. I've always I don't know why no one's thought about it.
Always wanted to.
Just fuck. I mean, I know in the Arkham Asylum story, it's not young Batman, but it would be a really cool like culmination film.
Yeah,
if you had like you build it to an Arkham Asylum movie, you build up all the villains and like, oh my God, how cool would that be, guys?
Yeah, well, with the way these universes work, I almost feel and because the villains drive these franchises in a lot of ways, I feel like if you you made the Arkham Asylum the way station for this universe, you could open up a lot of mobility. You know.
All right, here we go. What do you guys? Thank you, Eric Horseman. What do you guys get if you cross Captain America with the Incredible Hulk?
The Incredible
Steve
Hulk
Banner.
America.
Steve Banner.
Steven Tyler.
The Star Spangled Banner. Oh, that's good.
And
That's
an Anissa
good.
shout out. You created a monster, Anissa.
Dude, that was good.
Did we get her last joke? Or we
we
spaced
did.
them out? Thor's favorite.
Oh no, shit!
singer.
Where'd it go?
Yeah. It's just up there. Yeah, there we go. Who is Thor's favorite singer?
Yes. That's great.
That one was made.
That
to
is
be.
great.
Yeah,
That
was
is
meant
great.
to be.
You should write for Dave Chappelle.
I see a lot of people.
Dude, Brendan V, man, thank you. I appreciate that,
man.
dude. Sam Raimi, Spider-Man, definitely.
Love
That's your
that.
favorite one. Spider-Man 2 is my favorite one. But Brendan, how are you doing? I don't want to get into actually, I see you brought it up here in the chat. But Brendan's boyfriend right now is
He's in the
currently
hospital.
on he's currently on life support. So if you can send as much positive love and prayers his way, please do so. I mean, you don't have to super chat an update to you.
Seriously.
Don't do that.
You need all the resources you have right now. Yeah.
But I'm glad to have you here, and go back a little bit because we're actually gonna end soon.
I'm
sorry.
glad we share the Spider-Man love. Which again, just today I saw another. I think Warren posted another video about Tobey Maguire's coming.
Let's hope
to
so.
Multiverse or whatever.
One Ryan Beatty, one of our top patrons here, contributed a lot in the super chat today. I was getting to my car and this bloke says to me, "Can you give me a lift?" I said, "Sure, you look great. The world's your oyster. Go for it." Ha! That's clever. Cal Torturex. Oh my god, I gotta say, I saw the word Pop-Tart. My mother, for some reason, has been giving me a bunch of Pop-Tarts. It's like the most random thing. Every time I see her, I get Pop-Tarts from her.
They're a classic.
I fucking love Pop.
They're
so
great.
good.
They come in all varieties.
Last one. I always get excited when I see that Pop-Tart commercial until I realize it is not John. You guys must already. What is this?
What Pop-Tart? Someone send it to me.
This is the only you're not the first
I get
person to bring this up. What is this Pop-Tart commercial?
I get random messages all the time. Like, somebody please send me this commercial because I want to know. Like, I've been told I'm the guy from Blind Wave. I know who he is. Like, yeah, I love Pop-Tarts. So I feel like if I'm not being compensated for this commercial, I'm angry.
I remember one time, I think it was Comic-Con. Some guy I knew this guy was full of shit. All right. So some guy at Comic-Con recognized me and was like, "Ryan, right, I'm a big fan of your channel." And at this point, I've already been Greg Alba for a few years.
Yeah.
And he looked at John. He's like, "Hey, you're that guy from Blind Wave." And then right away, I was like, "You're not a big fan of this channel." John and I have been partnered up officially on the channel for like 2 years at this point.
That was
no.
magic
You're not.
I am that guy from Blind Wave. That's the secret we didn't tell him.
Rizzo Gaming. Oh, he's got another one here. I was stealing things in the supermarket today while balanced on the shoulders of vampires. I was charged with shoplifting on 3 counts. Oh, John, show him that pit sweat.
Yes, I must be stressed out.
Look at that pit sweat.
Yeah.
Compared to mine. You got the fan right next to you too.
Well,
You're not
it's technically
hydrated?
blowing into the table
But
here.
you're way closer to the fan than I am.
There we go. Now I feel several
You're
degrees
not hydrated, John.
lighter. I've been drinking this water all day.
All right. Okay, here's the update about Brendan V's boyfriend. Seriously, no more. Got a positive update today. He's responding, following commands, and it decreases oxygen level. Thanks, guys. That's fucking great because this whole week it just seemed like it was getting worse. And I'm glad to hear that he's doing better. Thank fucking goodness. I'm so glad to hear that. What's your boyfriend's name, by the way? You just messaged me, by the way.
No need to tip.
Ooh, here we go. Yes, you're getting it, Jacob. That's been my idea. All right.
I was going to say, you must feel so vindicated at this moment.
My idea was to do an 8-film. That was my idea. I've told John about this before. Start with young Batman and The Rock. There would already be a Dick Grayson established in mind. and he's already in the Nightwing venture of his life, and the Robin that would be introduced would be Tim Drake, and then by the time you get to the 8th Batman film that's in Arkham Asylum, he gets help from the Bat family, and so you get Nightwing in there, you get Robin in there, you get Batgirl in there, you get Ruby Rose to return. Yeah, that's Batwoman. Yeah.
I can't wait for 10
that
years
would
to
be
pass
cool.
and us to get the actual story about
Yeah,
that.
but no, thank you, Jacoby, because I'd wanted to build up to the Bat family in Arkham, but also borrow the Arkham Asylum storyline.
The more I hear your idea for this, I hope that someday you can realize it.
Fucking will.
I believe in you. I do.
Let's see. Toaster
Wow.
strudel over
Wow.
Pop-Tart. That's surprising to hear.
Wow, Brendan V.
I mean,
I've
hey,
never had a toaster strudel, to be
we
fair.
got to look out for your boyfriend Steven, though.
Yes, I need to. Yeah, the toaster strudel commercials always looked good, but I've never been in one of those, so I can't. It would be a conflict of interest.
But yeah, guys. All right. So my girlfriend, she just got back from a protest that was going on in downtown LA. Got pretty out of hand, and because of like things getting set on fire, she was she came back in and just
You got to be pretty
smelled
rattled.
like smoke.
Oh
Yeah.
my, yeah.
So yeah, and so I want to go. We usually go to like the 3-hour mark. Today we're gonna end it right around here. I appreciate everyone being here, but I do want to check up on her. Once again, another reminder, Anissa, it's okay that's not a super chat. We're ending today anyway.
Today's been canceled.
Did we miss Anissa's super chat? Oh, wait, hold on. Well, we can't miss a single fucking super chat. I think we did.
Oh no, yeah. Why was Thor?
Anissa. Oh, wait, we did miss one
There
before
we
we
go.
go.
Why was Thor avoiding his brother Loki? Ooh, because he wanted to be low key about it.
Oh, yeah,
Is that
that's
it?
good.
Is that it? Is
that
that-
might be it. What's the answer,
Or is
Anissa?
it- Or is it? You can just you could just type it. Where
What's
I
the
saw
answer,
her name.
Anissa? Just type it in.
Wait, go back up. I think I saw Anissa in there. Just a smudge.
No, not letting me super chat anymore.
That's not the punchline to the joke.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Pop-Tart commercial on YouTube. Jonathan Van Ness 2020 is not you, John, but out of the corporate eye, it is.
I was gonna say if you had said Queer Eye, then I would have gotten it. Yeah.
Jonathan Van Ness
Yeah.
2020.
Uh-huh. He's on Queer Eye, I think.
Jonathan, you said
I'll type
it said it's on YouTube. Hold on a sec. Oh, sorry. All right, hold on. We're just gonna watch this right now before we go.
Yeah, it's a free reaction. Okay.
It's the one from 4 months ago. Okay, here, just turn the volume up. Oh, wait, we can show them it. Hold on.
Oh yeah, looky there.
Okay.
Looky there.
People keep freaking saying that. Are you the guy in the Pop-Tarts commercial, the John Humphrey? And we have no idea what they're talking about.
Pop-Tarts fix that Rio. From ho-hum to so yum. Pop-Tarts pretzel is the perfect combo of sweet and salty.
Oh,
Cinnamony sugar.
that's me.
Revolutionary toaster-ready shape. It's a pretzel, but let them change your life.
He commits to the fuller beard. more
We
than I
now
do.
know the answer. To me, it's just
Yes.
another generic white guy with long hair and beard. That's
Go-
all I'm gonna say.
Go watch Gay of Thrones, okay? Because he's actually
But
really
we
funny.
finally
on Game
got
of
the
Thrones.
fucking answer to that shit.
Yes, that is me.
Love you too, Eric Horseman. Thank you, buddy. And Coltar, thank you for finally telling us what that was about. Anissa, we need the answer.
Yeah, and I would be cast as Nightwing in Greg's movie. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. I got the chops.
I'd be Alfred.
I got the body.
Yeah.
Dracula is the Batman version of Brightburn. Interesting.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Jacob, thank you for your first time being here. Of course, thank you, Eric Horseman. Really appreciate that. Once again, one last reminder. Go to blacklivesmatter.com today. You can donate over there
And support the Minneapolis protesters as well.
Exactly. There's all stay informed and everything. But Anissa, We need a fucking answer. God damn it, she got it.
Come on,
All right.
Anissa,
It's the
turn
last
ho
one.
hum to so yum.
Anissa, okay, I'm giving her freaking support. Super chats, you two trying to get me not support. Anissa, what's the answer to your
Anissa,
fucking
you could have
question?
answered it, but I appreciate the love and support just the same.
An answer to thank you, Anissa. I appreciate it, but we need the answer to the Loki joke.
Good night, Max Redley.
And that's true. I am Brown Boy. I wrote it in the chat. We couldn't see it. We looked around.
Can you write it again?
We fucking looked
Oh,
around.
wait. There's an Anissa right there. There's an Anissa
Where?
right there. It's not. Oh, it's just the
It's
one
the
that says you're
same
not
one
letting
you
the
read
super
before,
chat.
John.
I know. I just
All right.
helping.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you for
never know.
We actually stayed on topic for the most part all day
Mhm.
today. So, and that's a rare feat for us. And this is a fun super chat. Be safe out there. There's a lot going on in the world right now. So be as safe as you can. Thank you to all parts of the world that tuned in today. And thank you to everyone who contributed to our super chat. And if you didn't, that's A-okay.
Thanks for being here.
Just thank you for being here and chiming in. Everything's been great with you. This was a lot of fun. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot to be here. Got a Last of Us 2 video coming out tomorrow. I'll see you guys.